We out west with it, where we live illegal, leaning off a leader, riding regal, tipping scales like Libras. Inhale, no L's, pulling out blocks like Jenga. In the rear of a Caprice's Billy Rims, flicking decent nonetheless. Nothing less than tens for the speakers. You'll hear us before you see us with beats that beat the streets up. Yeah. So try and keep up and keep it low key, cuz police try and treat us and keep us on a leash, cuz that's how they see us, thinking we nuts. Cuz we'll die for the ground beneath us, because this land made us. This land made of players that stay on paper. That's how we came up amongst the mayhem to the day when we display what we made of. The game could never change us, the West Side teaches. On these streets where you find that D before G. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Smell the grind in the air, take a whiff. Only the nose knows the aroma. Compose the money rolls that fold up, holding cold cups. Searching for those that got the purple O's for the $4. And we could go nuts and stay at the stove like grocers, and post up with O's on the table like coasters. That's how the game coached us, made us all in the soldiers. Now that dough is the focus, so know that we own this. Molded by the hood role models, riding good, the latest model, drinking good, raising bottles like we just missed a pothole. You got to know that it's impossible to stop our flow. We've seen it all from watching cops reload 30s a dro while drinking the night away until the block got slow. You'll know as soon as you see us, we the ones laid back in the cut. My demeanor seems to always give me up. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it, riding clean, wetter than the sea. On the scene with a full tank, blowing AC. We out west with it. I'm posted, let me know what y'all on. Cause if y'all get on something, then just hit my phone. We out west with it. Yes sir, hustle for every penny in the trenches, but we turn struggle into strength. Yeah, home of the survivor, survival of the fittest in the town. It's wicked, you could J down in a minute. What am? What's the business? The biz is how you down to get it. From Cape Town to Fifth City, the sounds of Fifth's empty. When we tipsy, it's risky. Where the lick be, at least 10 deep. It tempts me, but there's no mystery. Where the chips be, the tips G. Just our history from the 60s. Pimpin' ain't easy, but we bleed it. This here game is in our veins, in the air we breathe in. Believe this, it's no game, but the key is your mouthpiece, spit your game. But believe, turn nothing into something. We suffer without supper long enough. Struggling from summer to summer, the same place where the dope is sold. It's home to the Oprah show, the same place I know is home. We out west with it, back down, trying to flip a dollar. If you looking, then we got it. You just got up in a block. We out west with it.
Ascension. Coming from where I'm from, every season's hot where I'm from. Seems like everybody got a op where I'm from. Niggas barely make it to the top where I'm from. Coming from where I'm from. Still fooling. We done lost a lot where I'm from. Still watching fooling. For them niggas trying to plot where I'm from. Cause everybody trying to make it out where I'm from.
Look, where I'm from, you gotta decide your own outcome. When niggas keep the peace like King and still move like Malcolm. Get it by any means as long as income is the outcome. hit that stop button when they mouth run. Damn, straight bullets through the skies that powder babies just like talcum. Heartbroken mothers pray to God and ask him how come. You kill one of mine, you gon' get outdone. Say yourself cause Batman ain't gon' save you here in Gotham, where everybody grew up with a hoop dream. That ain't work, so now that brother out here trying to move peas. Shoebox stash and try and stack it up for that new V. Scat packs, Hellcats, SIT, that new Jeep. Ballin' like a school team. I get gone off one of them cones, stay in my zone, no 2-3. R.I.P. to all my dogs, this Hennessy hit concrete. Free my boys behind them walls until they see us all free. Till our day come, we gon' keep on ball link, chillin'.
Coming from where I'm from. Every season's hot where I'm from. Seems like everybody got a op where I'm from. Niggas barely make it to the top where I'm from. Coming from where I'm from. We done lost a lot where I'm from. Watching for them niggas trying to plot where I'm from. Cause everybody trying to make it out where I'm from. I'm from the city of Foe now. Folks in mode now. Blocks they strolling while the cops patrolling. Or they in the trap trying to whip that baking soda. Kids gotta eat, gotta make payola. Trying to survive in the windy city of Shy, where even if you got a job, you finesse on the side. Cause they steady raising taxes and the rent's getting high. It's getting hard to get by, you feel that pressure apply. Got some weight on your shoulders and some stress in your chest. Eyes bloodshot red cause you ain't getting no rest. I feel your pain, but you can climb out them depths. I know it's hard stacking bread, paying off them debts. But stay focused and maintain and keep going. And watch the ones that you keep the closest. Never leave your circle open, cause a lot of niggas out here serpents. Snakes in the grass lurking for certain. From where I'm from. Every season's hot where I'm from. Seems like everybody got a op where I'm from. Niggas barely make it to the top where I'm from. Coming from where I'm from. We done lost a lot where I'm from. Watching for them niggas trying to plot where I'm from. Cause everybody trying to make it out where I'm from.
This is a
Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam.
This is a
Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam. Traffic jam.
it. Day one. The red letter edition. Big Luda. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on, yeah. Before I finish breathing, I'm moving the masses like minister speeches, penning classics as I finish my thesis. Not a pastor or a preacher, my passion is deeper. Rapper / teacher, trying to master the teachings past the sinister streets and moving bags past the police is speeding fast in the evening. The truth is it's all about eating, but I'm feeding food for thought for those either fasting or feasting. Putting faith in my beliefs when I'm speaking, looking straight till I'm decent, at peace with no fear, believing it's real. I tell them it's heaven, but it's hard when you talking to niggas with no ears. From clouds of chronic coughing and sessions off, walking and stressing, straight lost in the essence. I pause for a second with my thoughts and reflections. I take my losses as lessons, but it's all just a blessing, and that's the mess. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me. In an instant, friendships in quick in the music business. It used to be just music, now it's just business. The relentless pursuit for loot, dividends and interest, hidden agendas, leaving you defenseless against them. Not to mention intentions to benefit from you penning authentic sentences. Shit for the spinach, niggas that did it. Listen, while you scribbling, picturing images of living on premises, surrounded by fences and different women in silky linens, bending and grinning, intended rentals, you slipping, cause these Vicks is out, tricking your chips in. The game's cutthroat, rules was laid back in the day before rappers got paid by sponsors that slung dope. And shit ain't really changed beside the amount of change the game. Famous names so these lames can front, so I change the game. See my future through the blunt smoke so high, looking at my future through the blunt smoke. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me. I'm invincible, guarded by two identical, invisible guardian angels that guard every angle of my physical frame. Spiritual miniature ministers whispering, keeping me on the top of my game. Lessons to gain, pleasure and pain. Like my eyes, they reside on the left and right side of my brain. Quietly praying, navigating my aspirations, passing calculated statements while I'm grabbing my flame. Wasted in the basement, pacing, placing words on pages, blazing my merch to the face. I'm blowing life in the air. I sold my soul to the Lord for a price of a prayer. Yeah, so my nights can be clear when I sit still, writing his will in his likeness, like him, cause I'm knowing he'll save me. He told me to spit and don't let the devil take the gifts that he gave me. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me, yeah. We can chop it up, get our profits up, get this dust. If you just rotate with me, yeah. It's not a song, I'm trying to put you on to what I'm on. If you just rotate with me.
Traffic jam fan, you know it. I'm from the middle of the map. I get around, I've been there and back. Born in Gary, Indian, just to be exact. Got family in the go and family in the nap. Same shit everywhere, saw it in the A out on old Nat. Sucker free suckers can't take the heat, nah they gon' rap. Big dumb cats, big guns clap. Another brother dead, another mother son lack. I'm from the era where the niggas did scrap. Seen the same person shot with two different straps. You don't want this, now you don't want that. Tired of fuck shit, wanna take a nap. I'm a dog on these chicks, just a different cat. Must make at least a M to make an impact. May just paint the Benz matte black, fresh head to toe, never wore socks that didn't match. Cause I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Nigga, I get around. I've been there and back. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I get around. I've been there and back. Check. I'm from the middle of the map. I get around. I've been there and back. Born in Gary, Indian, just to be exact. Got family in the go and family in the nap. Talking money, shit hit my jack. If it don't make sense, shit I can sense that. Blowing big loud, never the mid pack. See you talk the talk, that's just big cap. Nigga, I walk the walk with graduation hats. Fuck your opinion, nigga, in fact. You fuck my bitch, shit, I tip my hat. Now she dead to me, can't bring her back. Play the game, play the field, never been set. Bulls game, flow seats just like my Benz mats. Blunt to my lips, gun on my hip, her project pack. Act not my cup of tea, rather sip some yak. Cause I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Look, I get around, I've been there and back. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. Look, I get around, I've been there and back. I'm from the middle of the map. We ride big Chevys, big Cadillacs. I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map. We shaking up, don't give too much that. Nah, I'm from the middle of the map. Granny's moved up top, cook so food and got us fat. Yeah, I'm from the middle of the map. I'm from the middle of the map.
Sometimes have a tendency to look at you religiously. Yeah, nothing even matters to me. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. Nothing even matters. You won't find me at no store. I have no time for manicures. With you it's never either or. To the final four, just repossess me 4x4. Yeah, 'cause nothing even matters no more. Nothing even matters, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Nothing even matters to me.
I seen them whipping them bricks, yeah, yeah. I seen them cooking the pot. I seen them whip up them rocks. I seen them fuck up the block. He used to do that a lot. They stuck him up and I got shot. Damn, that's when my motherfucking life changed. I don't hang around no crowds or a dice game. 4-5 and they got a nice aim. It'll take a nigga for a ride like a night train. Whatever I want, I'ma cop it. Tap my phone, keep my cash in my pocket. Black card in the stash in my wallet. Money long and you bitches can't stop it. No, niggas don't like it. That hoes get excited when they see me out with my babe. We be at strip clubs and looking at booties and throwing them dollars, but no, she not gay. We got a baby that growing in her stomach and he be a boy, I'ma give him my name. I'ma teach him how to go get the guala. Like his father, he gon' run up them dollars. Ayy, wake up early in the morning, think about money. Boy, I gotta get my shit. Walk in the motherfucking mall and you know about all hell yeah, gotta drip my shit. Talk my shit like a motherfucking boss, hell yeah, young nigga stay with that bitch. Smoking on Zai, you can smell it in the car when I open up the doors like you hit that shit. Brand new Glock with a beam on top and I just bought me an extendo clip. Pull up with the mop and we let off them shots, give a fuck about no cops, no we ain't gon' spin. My niggas got jobs and some of them rob, but all my other niggas whipping that shit. If you wake up early in the morning, think about money, better go get that shit. I gotta go get it, I gotta go flip it, I gotta go make me some money. Now I'm all in my bag, I'm making them mad and giving these bitch niggas nothing. Niggas think cause I'm a daddy now that I won't put their ass in a bucket. Got that Glock on my waist, I up it, bullets hot like a motherfucking oven. You know I turn up like hello. You know I ball like Carmelo. I got a bitch with a big old booty and you know that thing sound like some jello. When I'm sipping that dog, I feel mellow. I done it all like Shawty Ello. I don't fuck around with these rat niggas cause I'm somebody that they can tell on. Yeah, niggas don't like it, that hoes get excited when they see me out with the gang. They know that we got it, if they ever tried, then they gon' need help to come pick up they brains. Smoking exotic, you know this shit tropic, these other niggas just be making up names. So every day I gotta go get a bag, my daddy died, then I turned to a dad. Ay. Wake up early in the morning, think about money, boy I gotta get my shit. Walk in the motherfucking mall and you know about all, hell yeah, I gotta drip my shit. Talk my shit like a motherfucking boss, hell yeah, young nigga stay with that bitch. Smoking on Zai, you can smell it in the car when I open up the doors like you hit that shit. Brand new Glock with a beam on top and I just bought me an extendo clip. Pull up with the mop and we let off them shots, give a fuck about no cops, no we ain't gon' slip. My niggas got job and some of them rob, but all my other niggas whipping that shit. If you wake up early in the morning, think about money, better go get that shit.
That's why we shine wherever we go. 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 Lord, Lord. Welcome to the mind of a pothead. On my head, see a young nigga got dressed. We don't give a fuck what the cop said. I'm living a legacy. So even when I die, I am not dead. Nigga, I am not dead. Fuck with me.
Great afternoon to you wonderful people. Welcome inside the What's in It for the Black People Media Studios alongside Toussaint Werner. My name is Howard. This is I Said What I Said. Each and every weekday, 3 to 6 p.m. we get together right here with you and we discuss issues that are currently impacting the black community, how they impact us as individuals, and also how they impact us as a collective. And along with your help, we talk through many of these issues in the hopes of finding the optimum solutions for how we can overcome said issues. Again, overcome them as individuals, but perhaps more importantly, overcome them as a collective. Thank you all so very, very much for choosing to be a part of the conversation. As always, your input is valued. It is certainly appreciated. Anything you want to add to the conversation, feel free to do so. We will read through as many of your comments as possible while we go through the show. We would kindly request that you please take a quick second to share the broadcast, share it on your personal page, share it even within your personal network. Absolutely anyone that you think would find value in this conversation or add value to this conversation, we welcome them to be a part of the discussion because we believe that the more like-minded individuals we can get to be a part of the discussion, the better the opportunity we have of reaching those aforementioned solutions. So please, 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 if you will, take a quick second to share the broadcast. Again, this is I Said What I Said. It is, as Tiger just put in the chat, intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. My name is Herb. His name is Two. What's happening, good brother?
What's up, family? I'm blessed and highly favored. I know we started abnormally late today. I just wanted to make sure that the audience knew that it was always Ron's fault.
Yeah, who else would have us starting that late?
But Ron be fucking up.
Who else?
Per usual.
Who else would start that late? Let me pop him on the screen because nobody else would start that late. It's unbelievable.
And I came in trying to save y'all ass.
How could you do that?
I told everybody y'all was setting up. Y'all,
you know what we should talk about? We should talk about what Lil Rob was talking about to us last night after we left the station.
You know what?
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Because apparently,
don't do it.
Lil Ron
don't do it.
has assets, inventory, and resources that very few people on this planet have. And because he has those assets, because he has that inventory, he's not required to do other things that other people
I be chilling.
find it.
He back there blushing.
No, I'm not going to do that to you, Ron, but that was one of the wildest things I've ever heard in my life.
That was classic.
But, you know, almost every time I talk to you, I hear one of the wildest things I've ever heard in my life. So
hey, Ron keeps it entertaining.
He does. He does. How are you, Ron? You good in there, man?
Yeah, I'm great, man. I'm enjoying this weather while I'm inside.
Yeah, it's beautiful outside, too.
Why is it 82 degrees in here, though?
Because Maze and Lil Ron have been here, and they both suffer from a lack of blood, and they be cold.
This is ridiculous.
Why is it?
It's the summertime in
I just
Chicago.
got my fan on today. I don't know.
It's 70 outside. It's 82 degrees in the studio. For what, fam? Why have y'all ever turned the heat on today? For what? It's been 70 all day.
It's not even logical.
Why would y'all have the heat on here?
I ain't Maze today, not me.
No, it's both of y'all. Both of y'all been in here. It only happens when both of y'all are here. When one of y'all ain't here, don't really be the case. Both of y'all anemic butts together, 82 degrees when we walk in the studio. Uncalled for behavior, man. Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Cut it out. Anyhow, I'm glad you're doing well, sir. It is absolutely beautiful outside.
Hey, real quick though.
What's up?
Bike weather, I got to shout myself out. So me and Herb had a meeting before we came up here today.
Mm-hmm.
And when we left the meeting, it had to be, I don't know. It was, when I looked at the clock the first time, I was on Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like 1:56 or something like that.
Sure.
And we had a plan of getting up here at 2:30.
Mm-hmm.
1:56, I'm driving, right? But it's such a nice day. I said, the hell with this driving. I'm going home to get my bike.
Tour de France.
Right? So I was like, let me go and get to the crib, get my bike. So the clothes I had on, I had to change because they were not bike riding clothes. You know what I mean? So we got to the crib probably 2:10.
So light skinned.
Don't be a hater. It's probably like 2:10. Changed my clothes, grabbed me a smoothie, did all this before I left out the house with my bike. Probably left out the house with my bike around 2:16, 2:17. Ask me when I pulled up. On the bike.
When did you pull up, Toussaint? On the bike.
On the bike. I pulled up at 2:36. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means
Toussaint?
I rode 4 miles in less than 15 minutes. I'm back, baby. I'm ready.
That's good work, my brother. That's good work. I don't know why you chose to do that, but it's good work.
It's fun, man. It's great out there.
I said two.
I timed myself to 2 because we made a bet last night too, and I told him I was gonna beat him.
I'm finna get into that.
I didn't beat him because
it wasn't possible.
No, because I could have beat you, but the
No,
wind
you
was
could
hitting
not
and I
have
was
beat me.
cruising, but I still made it in 12 minutes.
Impossible you could have
still
beat me.
coulda beat you.
Impossible. We're gonna get into that. But today he coming here and he's catching his breath because he been
I was going hard.
Tour de Francing through the low end, trying to get to the studio. And then I say, too, you're sweating through your jacket, which means you have to be sweating through your hoodie. And because I don't know you to be a Reese the Ruler type of dude, I imagine you having a T-shirt.
What's the purpose of working out if you ain't going to work out?
Yeah.
That's what this is for. It's not a hobby.
This man then sweated through a wife beater, a T-shirt, a hoodie, and a jacket. Because he wants to ride his bike so bad. Like, fam, you were already in the car. Just drive to the studio.
Nah, man, I ain't going to waste no weather. It's Chicago. You don't know when you going to get this again.
Yeah, just let the windows down, fam.
No, it's not the same.
Open the sunroof. You'll be
Different
okay.
experience, brother. It's a different experience. I like to touch the town. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, touch these. Whatever.
Hey, hit the button. Hit the button.
Whatever. Last night we was going somewhere else when we left the studio. And he's like, I'm like, I'll just meet you around there. I'll wait for you to get there. Wait for me to get there? I beat you there. I'm sorry, what? You'll beat me there in my 4-wheel vehicle? On your bike?
Yep.
Okay, two. Nigga, if you get caught by one light, I'm going to beat you. I said, two. First of all, even if I do get caught by all the lights, I'll beat you. But second of all, my competitive spirit will run every light I need to ensure that you don't beat me on a bicycle.
But that's cheating.
How's that cheating?
Because you have to abide by the rules of the road. I don't.
So do you.
That's
Cyclists
what
are not
makes
permitted to run the light?
Yes, we are.
No, they aren't.
I'm throwing the brakes up as I'm crossing the street.
As am I, except I got my hand on the steering wheel. Okay? All right? Period. I go right past the police headquarters on 35th Michigan. I'll run that light. What I'm not going to do is lose to a nigga on a bike. You know what I'm saying? Like, you pedaling that bike, and you do it well. I'm not holding you on that. But you ain't got 1 horsepower in you, sir. You ain't in class there.
I got it.
I got a few hundred horses. I will beat you there, sir. You are tweaking. So
Only if you cheat. Only if you cheat.
So when I beat him there, Ryan.
But he cheated. No, I ain't gonna say he cheated because I quit. I quit during the ride.
I drove.
That wind got to hit me. I was like, you know what? I'm not trying to beat this fool.
Yeah.
I'm too old for this.
Yeah, my car didn't complain about the wind hitting it. It never said a word to me.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I beat him there, Ryan, in my car, because all I got to do is step on the gas pedal and I can go $160 if I want.
Up, I was also pulling up.
That is cap.
I was
like a block away.
Ryan, that is
He beat
cap.
me by like a block.
Is Gino still out there?
He beat me by like a block.
Go get Gino.
He beat me by like
Tell
a
Gino
block.
to come in here because that's cap now. Okay? That is 100% cap.
And I was cruising. He
That
beat
is-
me by a block.
That
Ryan.
is
At
that is
best a block.
that is 100% cap. Hey, can you sit there just for 1 second, bro? I just want to ask you a question because your cousin's in here capping. Big cap. He is in.
He beat me by a block.
He's in
As soon as he
full.
called me, I was like, I'm a block
He's
away.
in full. I never called you. First of all,
I got proof. I got a phone.
I didn't call you. I called.
You did. I was like a block away.
Are you talking about today?
Last night.
No, I didn't call you last night. Anyway,
the lies must stop right now.
It's not a lie. First of all, but it don't matter. I don't even have to listen to you no more.
I know this is involving him and his bike.
G.
I already know this
because we were going to meet G.
It's not too many things because it's passionate.
Right.
About.
We was, you know what I'm saying?
I know his.
We was going to meet. We talking about anything else? You know, world peace, hunger, fuck that shit.
I gotta push back on
this
that.
bike though, nigga. I got receipts. First of all, you don't have receipts because I did not call you.
You didn't call. You're right.
I know I didn't call you.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
You know, I know I didn't call you because I was talking to this man
for at least 15 minutes.
Not 15 minutes at all. Never
this
15 minutes.
I swear to God.
He stood outside for at least 10 minutes.
Y'all have a terrible
minimum
understanding
10
of time. It was never 15 minutes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't tell us nigga shit.
Can't
you know
tell
He's lying.
Never mind that he couldn't see us, right? We on the block that he's not on. He gonna tell us how long we were there.
Around like we like, cuz.
You looking at right? You chilling? You looking at the building like we right here,
I
man.
was chilling. I was chilling by that time. I was tired of running. I was tired of going fast. I just started chilling.
The man said that me and him pulled up at the same. I beat him. He said I beat him.
He beat me by like a block.
But I beat him by a block. We put up at the same time.
You know how black people are with time. They don't know.
Bro, I had been out my car talking to G for at least 10 minutes.
At least 10 minutes.
Minimum.
Never.
What's wrong with it,
and
man?
I timed myself.
Thank you, bro. I'm sorry. I know y'all way out of here.
You know I got his back.
It was 11 minutes. It took me 11 minutes to get there.
Then it took me 1 because I was there at least 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Like you capping right now, bro.
I'm out.
I'm sorry, man. I appreciate you, bro.
Because you know I got your back.
Hey, but I don't believe
you
y'all
lying,
time is terrible.
It might even been 15.
For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's wrong with you, man?
I will say this. The wind started to bite last night. I was cold. I had on shorts, too. I was on super stupid.
It was cold that night.
It was cold last night. It ain't never been cold for you, though, having a little run.
No comment.
Huh? Ain't never been cold for you, huh, Ron? Little Ron my ass. Big Ron around this motherfucker.
Oh, God. Hit the button. I would be hitting that button all day.
Ooh, maybe Friday we'll tell y'all what Lil Ron enlightened us about yesterday.
Yeah, Ron, Big Ron.
Big Ron.
He's gonna be the guest on Relationship Friday.
Friday conversation.
Big Ron gonna be on Relationship Friday this Friday.
Definitely a guest.
Because we need to pick your brain and see how you do things. Clearly,
we're gonna tell Mary and have her ask you all those questions because I don't want to be involved in that. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't want to be involved in that.
Clearly, the way that I've been doing things for 34, almost 35 years, that's not the way to do it. I need to be doing it the way you've done it.
Don't work that way.
Don't work that way.
I'm pretty sure you could have done it my way.
You said I could have?
Hit the button for yourself now.
Oh.
Hit the button for yourself now. Hit the button for yourself now.
You get.
Pretty sure a lot of people could do it my way if you wanted to.
If they were equally equipped. This fucking guy, man. God.
That's some funny stuff.
I swear to God, it was hilarious.
I wish we could just be honest.
Listen, I'm only reserved because of y'all.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Mom, for co-producing. I just took it down off the screen. I hope it suffices you. Texted me like, take the third camera down.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, producer.
Thanks, Mom.
Producer Polly. Call my mama Polly. You know why?
What's her name? No, I know why. You already told me why, but I'm not going to say it on air because she asked you not to say it on there again, so don't say it on there again.
No, this Polly thing is just about crackers. She had that name since she was a shorty. While you over here smashing these Ritz crackers in my ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a cracker fiend to this day.
They good, man.
My OG will make one bowl of chili, bust down a sleeve of crackers, okay? In the one bowl of chili. Sleeve of crackers. Bust down the whole sleeve in one bowl of chili. D. Millie, what's up? I saw Dawn yesterday. I hadn't seen Dawn in a long time. I was having a little bit of a separation anxiety from you, sis, but it was good to see you yesterday. It does feel amazing outside, though. I'm not going to lie to you. And it is very, very difficult for me to, like, come inside in peak weather in Chicago. Like, it's 70 degrees outside in Chicago, and then I got to come inside where Ron has the studio on fucking preheat. This is preheat oven temperatures, man. The hell is wrong with you? But anyhow, I digress. It feels amazing outside. Hope y'all are outside enjoying it if you are in the city. But appreciate y'all tuning in with us as well. Things is going good. Things are going good. It's gonna be nice today. Nothing's gonna drop down 50s and then it'll be back like in the 40s or something like that, which is But I definitely want to be outside today. So I'll be here this evening, working behind the scenes with In the Zone and We Code Wednesday. But I just might leave them. I just might not come back. I might just go outside and just not come back. I'll be needing some chili with my crackers. Right. You definitely be needing some chili with your crackers because you know how you like get you a bowl of chili, you might take the sleeve with you, but you just pull some crackers out. She's going to finish that sleeve before the bowl is done. It's unbelievable her holding the crackers.
Yeah, it's like a delicacy, man. I guess
it's not a delicacy. They come 7,000 crackers for $2 in a box. Like, what do you mean?
It's like a delicacy. That's what I said. Like,
I'll be tweaking.
Delicious. You understand me?
Been 78 degrees all day in there. It's right now, Don. It's 82.
Yeah, it's hot as hell.
You know, Ron and Maze, they anemic, and so I don't know. You know.
We got Q coming up here a little later today, man, to talk about BT. The show is airing tonight. I can't remember
Superstar Q
of the BT show, but I saw earlier he had posted on Facebook all his sexy Dex model pictures for whatever photo shoot.
Oh yeah,
for the advertising.
Oh, I'm finna be at him then.
So salute to the brother Q. He's definitely gonna be here. But before he gets here, because he should be here in the next couple of minutes.
I saw him and Gardis posted up. They were taking selfies, which is time out.
Wait,
time out.
What?
Q and Gardis and the rest of the
streets is watching
the community patrol.
Mm-hmm.
They was taking selfies, and Gardis is always out there with them.
Salute
to Gardis for sure. They was out there taking selfies and doing what they do. Weird. Let me ask y'all this. You just ask people: is it okay for dudes to be taking selfies? Is that a thing? Like,
brother.
Is that a thing?
We just saw a child with a dress, high heels, and
that's real.
Braids.
Yeah.
Weave braids.
Weave braids.
With beads on
colored
there.
Weave braids with beads. There's no rules.
There are. That's true.
There's no rules. Let's stop pretending like there are.
Yeah. I don't know about these selfies though, man. And the phone got the feature now where you can do like the self photo things, so it don't quite look like a selfie. It's okay if you set your phone up and you take a picture of yourself, but this shit right here, I don't know about that. I just can't get with it, man. I saw a poster telling advice for how dudes should take selfies. He said, listen, step back a little bit from the phone, step back a little bit further from the phone,
and don't
put the phone down, and don't take a selfie, fam.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Y'all be seeing Toussaint selfies?
All the time.
Y'all be seeing, like,
hey, the
so
light
now
skin look off king, you understand me?
Now he got
wait, you got people. The light skin look off king.
Come on. Hold on, let me get you Dolo on. Let me get you Dolo on the camera by yourself.
Did you do it? Did you see it? Did you see it?
Go ahead. Well, hit it one more time.
You got
Something's wrong with this dude, man. Did you see my comment on your bike post?
I did.
I just he outside on his bike. You just had to be yesterday. He like, I'm back, baby.
And that's not what I said. I didn't say I'm back, baby. Let's be clear. I'm a poet too. Let's be clear. It's not I'm back.
And you stole my line.
I perfected this. What does the line?
The great poet laureate. That's what I said.
That's my line.
That's what I said.
You stole it from me years ago and thought it was yours. I said, in the words of the great poet laureate, Ice Cube. Once again, it's out.
Yeah, you had that part.
It's flows. It's poetic. I'm a writer with it.
It was the eye squint for me. It was the little light skin.
I didn't have an eye squint.
You know how light skin dudes squint their eyes in they pictures. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Like,
they play. They make us have behaviors that we don't even actually have.
Y'all.
I don't squint my eyes.
I'm convinced
I don't look at the ground unless it's some money to pick up.
I'm convinced that right before you took that picture,
I'm not itching. I
don't dance unless I hear music.
I don't dance unless I hear music. You know what I mean?
I'm convinced that right before you took that picture, you licked your pinky and rubbed it across your eyebrows. I'm convinced that you licked your pinky and rubbed it across your damn eyebrows. Light skin picture, most light skin picture I've ever seen in my life.
Light skin look off champ 3 years in a row.
Light skin look off champ 3 years in a row. So my sister-in-law, she's younger. I think she's about to turn 30. Yeah, she's about to turn 30. Anyhow. She do this picture, her and all her friends. When they take their pictures, they always looking down at nothing in particular. So one day I was like, yo, what are y'all like? Why do y'all always do this pose? It's because We looking down at the rest of the world because we up here.
They beneath me.
Oh my goodness.
The ones beneath me recognize the red bottoms I wear.
Oh my goodness. Red bottoms. May's got on red bottoms today. they Nazi red.
Did you see Maze's fade? I wanted to say something to him about it the whole time we was talking.
It's real bladish.
Yes, it's very blade.
It's real Wesley Snipes vampire-ish.
It's very no fade at all.
Hey, Ron, tell Maze to come here, man. Go get him. Tell him to come here. Tell him to come sit in the same seat.
Blade.
Hey, Blade.
Hey, Blade.
Hey, what? Blade Brown looking at.
Blade Brown. What? That's the same face for real though. That is the Blade Brown. He got the Blade Brown. Real life.
You don't want to come?
God.
Come in.
Hey, what's the
Not
name?
gonna know what he walking in.
What movie was that?
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Blade Brown.
Have a seat.
What movie was that?
Like Class Act or whatever.
Class Act. Oh my God.
Oh
my God, that's funny.
Hey, so we thought
Who's the headphones at? Okay,
we thought that your fade was Blade, like Wesley Snipes Blade. And it is.
Decided it wasn't.
It's Blade Brown from Class Act.
So I went from, I'm going to tell you, I went from Sherman Hemsley 3 weeks ago, and I'm trying to get this box right. I keep showing my barber the haircut that I want.
He can't quite get it.
He can't quite get it. So I
can't
just
quite
be
You're
like,
asking them for the number 9 on the poster.
well, actually, I did go to the Google page and go say, this is what I want. Because I was like, they don't even put the barber poster up no more.
Do you get your hair cut in Bolingbrook?
No, I get it cut in Chicago.
Okay, that would explain a lot.
Hey, real talk though. This is something we need to discuss.
What's that, bro?
Barbers are lacking in the city these days. And it's because all these young boys is growing all their hair super long. So the skill set is lacking.
Yeah.
Mine is my barber. Did you see that Blackish episode where the barber kind of got old and the old man taking
that's your barber just
barber.
He passed his prime?
It's like, shout out to my man Clee.
But he passed his prime?
Clee, man, I've been going to Clee 20 years. He said, man, I sat down on Sunday. And he sat down and he said, man, this is about to be my 25-year anniversary. And I got out the chair and I was like, I see.
That's real.
But it's like, and my son be looking at me every time I come pick him up to put him in the chair. And he be like,
what you doing, fam?
Dad, he be like, Dad.
He don't even cut your hair good. Why do you think I want him to cut my hair?
He be like, so let me say though, I'm loyal, man.
That was going to bring me to
I'm loyal to my barber.
That was my next point. Dudes are more loyal to their barber than they are to their spouse. Like,
No,
I know dudes. I'm not putting that on your jacket, or even mine. I'm just saying that dudes in their lifetime, like 3 people would cut their hair, but they have a hell of women.
I have been with my barber longer than my. I was with my barber longer than my ex-wife.
That's what I'm serious. And when
Carmen,
when you
Fonz, and Shannon.
And if
my 3 barbers.
If you ever out creeping or whatever, you feel a certain kind of bad, but you feel real bad when you let somebody else cut your hair. You hope your barber don't find out. Like, oh, I hope my barber don't find out I went to another barber. Like, we be super loyal to our barbers for some crazy reason.
Y'all ever seen the truck that be on Cottage Grove?
Yeah.
So look,
you went. Nope.
it's one of them days.
You deserve what you got.
I got it.
You deserve what you got.
I got it. So it's one of them days. I was rushing. I had to go to a meeting. Now my barber. This is how dedicated I am.
All right.
My barber has moved from 43rd Street to whatever. What's the neighborhood Lincoln Mall is in? Matson.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's in Matson.
Matheson.
Right. So I got the plan to go out there. I can't just go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's one of them days where I couldn't get out there. I had to go to a meeting. I said, man, let me go and get here. Let the dude just line me up. Just line me. Not even with a razor, because I don't trust you.
Good for the pushback king. It's real good for the pushback king.
He pushed it all the way back. Trust me. It was ridiculous. At the minute, I said, no, just stop, dog. Just stop. I just put a hat on. I was like, I'm out.
You're good, man.
It was so disrespectful.
Because once they mess it up, then they spend more time messing it up trying to get
he
it
was
right.
like, man, you like it?
Has your barber ever cut you?
Yeah.
Man, my barber one time cut me and then tried to patch it.
Ooh.
Right? So he, I was like, he was shaving me and how you feel
Yeah, you can feel that nick.
And it was
start
like
to burn a little bit.
Right. But he pressed it back down. Right?
Oh, what? He lifted your skin up?
Right, yeah.
Oh.
No, he cut it and the skin was up, but the razor can get underneath.
Yeah, for sure.
He put it back down, and then I noticed he was
right. Steady trying to.
Then he went and got the little stick, and he put the stick on, and so I'm getting out the chair. I look up and I see it's like I'm looking makeup-y. right? I'm looking makeup-y, and I touch it, and my whole top of my lip slides.
Wow.
And it's just like a whole just.
Wow.
And now it's like it's my barber.
That was the last time you supposed to go to him.
But it's like.
You almost cut my lip off,
But
fam.
he's sitting here, and it's like he playing it off.
Right, of course.
Right? So he like, you know what? I nicked you a little bit. I'm going to give you a free haircut. I'm like, dog.
A free haircut?
I'm just almost an artery. You see my lips,
Give
right?
me another lip, fam?
Dog, he patted it down, and I had this big, so you know I got this big old white, and people thought I had vitiligo for like 3 weeks on it. They like, did it get you? Right? Because they thought I was about to have a white, you know how your skin be white. Man, Joe, no. My barber, but shout out to Clee. Shout out to Better Images. It's like, my son be looking at all the other barbers like, please, Dad.
Let me just go to one of them.
Let me just go to, when he snuck to the young guy, and then the young guy moved away, and now he back in the Clee chair.
And that's another thing too, right? You think about it, like growing up, like my father, I went to the barber shop with my father till I was all about 13. And then at 13, you find a neighborhood dude to cut hair.
Yeah.
But because these kids don't have no relationships, that's real.
Yep, the neighborhood dude that cut your hair at the crib, in the chair, tie the sheet around you.
Yeah.
Man,
tie the sheet around you.
Man, you know what, man? I used to cut hair in high school.
Yeah.
And I had one cut though.
See, they thought because you was black you could cut.
No, it was black. I used to cut the black people hair. We all had one.
Hey, no BS. My barber in college, I forgot Jay's. He's my barber in college, but he was a Bolingbrook kid.
I'm telling you, because we didn't have no barbershops in Bolingbrook.
So y'all had to do y'all.
So we had to do our own.
They trying to cut y'all hair with scissors and whatnot.
Right, man. One time I went to hair cuttery.
Yeah.
And the lady cut my hair with scissors, and I went to school, and it was like, because you know my parents, real talk. They when we moved to Bolingbrook initially, they was all in. So it was like, oh, we going to hair cuttery. We ain't going to Joliet to get a haircut. You're gonna go right across the street.
We're Bolingbrookers now. Let us dress as Bolingbrookers.
And that lady did come out with some shears, right? And she cut my hair with some shears, and I was just like, yo, cuz the old man, like we were fully embraced in Bolingbrook, and then I think when. Like maybe 8th grade, about 8th grade we had a black church, and then like we would go to church with the Bolingbrook haircuts, and the deacon boy would be like, "Hey, y'all,
you disrespecting yourself."
Let me send you. It's about you and Joliet. We'll send you to the barber in Joliet. We got our hair straight, man. But yeah, Bolingbrook. Now they got black barbers all over Bolingbrook. Shout out to my man Ernest Brown out there doing his thing.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey, man, it's good to be in the studio with Wiz, man. It's hot than a motherfucker up.
Because you and Lil Ron do this. Both of y'all little anemic selves being here with the heat on. It's 70 outside. Why is the heat on in here?
Let me do this real quick, right? So, first of all, I don't know if the heat is on now, but we have an older building. And so it's like when we come in the morning, you have to
knock the chill off.
You knock the chill off, but there's no ventilation here. So when there's the heat that's in here doesn't circulate. It just builds up. Yeah. And so we don't have a vent here. So that's part. And then when you out there, though, it's cold in the mud.
Yeah, but when you under these
bright
hot
lights,
beams.
they said that LEDs wasn't supposed to cook.
You see that temperature gauge on it? It says 84 degrees. It says 82. You know what I mean?
I didn't realize that.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
You know, it be 73 in the morning. We going to turn the air on. I saw y'all had the air on in this mug. I was freezing out yesterday.
Now that's only because sometimes I will forget to turn it back off. I only mean to knock the warmth off. It'd be so hot when we walk in, I'm like, knock it off for a minute.
I could see that. As
but
a matter
you
of
know,
fact,
it really only needs to be on for like 15, 20 minutes, because it kicks in quick, and even he'll get cold in here. He'll be like, oh, it's cold. So it does kick in quick.
Because we are in a 10 by 10 room with absolutely no ventilation. So one of these days, shout out to Tamiko Holt and Okamat.
They did their thing.
We're going to have them cut a vent.
I think we just
cut a vent
right
in this
outside the ventilation part of when they built this studio.
Right. Y'all know this was all built by a black woman too, right?
Yeah,
She was up in here with her
Women's History Month. Appreciate you, Miko.
Shout out to Women's History Month. Hey,
talking smack the whole way through.
Right.
That's what she do.
And still do.
That's what she do.
Still do. I got to call her back in a minute. Hey, y'all. Shout out to Herb and shout out to the Izwiz family. I appreciate everybody who is rocking with us. Hey, y'all. Keep it Grammy. I got to go catch my son. It's his last game of the year.
Okay.
St. Rita.
Let's go, Mazon. Get buckets on.
Lord have mercy.
How you doing?
How that training going with Gino?
Hey man.
Journey.
Gino, man, I'm gonna tell you what. That's the motivation. I'd be like, man, dog, you need to shoot more. He be like, Dad, you don't know what you're talking about. I be like, Gino was watching the game. He said you ain't shit. All right, Dad, I'm going to tell Gino I'm shooting more today, so I got to shoot Gino the link. Shout out to St. Rita. Shout out to everybody that got their sports on. Shout out to the Is Wiz family. Y'all going on a trip with us?
Kenny still said that's dope, man. He's chilling on his favorite show.
Yes, I'm kicking it with the Little Rascals. Kicking it with the Little Rascals.
Gino a bucket for an old man.
Nah, Gino is a bucket. I heard. I ain't.
Gino be like, he be like, I do this all day and shoot with the leather ball.
Gino ain't gonna tell you, but I used to murk Gino. He ain't gonna tell you.
He
That's
said
more
no,
cap.
but he told me you
Go
was
get
mad.
Gino again. He
but he
capping
said
again.
you was mad. But he said you got mad when you ain't make the Beasley team.
I absolutely was pissed.
He said
It says there's a bigger.
But be clear. He said he used to bust you on the court.
I heard him.
Trust this.
Cap.
It was a deeper story though. 7th grade, I made the team. 8th grade, Gino grew to 18 feet tall. I was pissed.
Oh damn! Well, let me
Talking to that mic.
Best elementary school basketball team in Chicago history.
I agree with that.
As soon as they cut too.
And then shout out to my homie. Hey, this is another story I got to tell too real quick. Shout out to my homie Shamari that passed away last couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
This is another story, Gino. I would have took Shamari's spot. But if you remember in 8th grade, Coach Green used to have them working everybody out. We ain't get along then. So that Shamari. So he was the one working us out, my little group.
Okay.
It was all downhill. I said, this is
shout out to Shamari.
Tell Mason to
ILL.
get some buckets, man. Tell him to keep getting in the gym with G. It's gonna pay off for sure.
There it is. I appreciate it. Hey, y'all appreciate everything y'all do. Shout out to Lil Ron in the back. Hey, y'all don't whoop him up too tough. We out of here. Hey, but he do need a little
Every now and then we just gotta tighten him up. Hey,
I got
you gonna hurt him soon.
TT. Oh, why? What happened?
I ain't got nothing to say about what happened, but you gonna hurt him soon.
Oh, you been talking smack?
you talking about the thing.
The thing.
Oh, yeah.
What thing?
Don't worry about it. You gonna hurt him soon.
The thing.
Can we tell your daddy about the thing?
No, all that y'all talking about.
Because you love to try to snitch on us. You love to try to snitch on us.
Never snitched on it.
What's the thing?
What?
Really?
You recorded a video just so you can snitch on us. I tried to tell him to hit the brake on time. See, I told him, look. You love to snitch on us. I'm just not. It ain't about you. Like, my integrity is not about you, and I'm not gonna sacrifice the real nigga that I am just to put you on blast.
I can't get no love.
But soon you gonna be tight. He's already tight. He knows. He just don't know. But he gonna be on your head in a minute.
Lil Ron. Don't make me, man. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all.
Peace.
Y'all make sure y'all listen to the greatest show on the network, the Maze Jackson Morning Show. Y'all make sure y'all check out my cousin Juan in the building. Also,
Juan been holding it down.
We want to drop y'all some guests as well this week if you got some time. So we'll talk about it all.
All right, better than that, man. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Peace.
Peace out. We gonna take a break as well. Got the what you call him, Batman? You? No, Q.
That's what you call him. I don't call him that.
Oh, I don't call him. I don't call him that.
I call him Marquin McDonald.
You told him stop trying to be Batman. That's what you be
okay.
telling him. Stop getting off that Batman stuff. Anyway, we're gonna have Q hop in here with us. Let us know something about some of the things he's got going on, and also tell us about his feature. He's gonna be on BET, well deserved, and we're gonna talk to him about it and mess with him about some of the selfies that he put up as well. This is I Said What I Said. Lil Ron is back there, scared as hell that his daddy don't find out what I was just talking about. My name is Herb. His name is Tu. We'll be right back.
WIIFTBPM.
WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me. WIIFTBP. Media's just for you and me.
All day. Check it out. See, while you was on the corner trying to scrape up pack money, I was driving 80 stack trucks off rap money. I'm back money. If you want it, come to the hundreds and ask for me. Meet them OGs that'll blast for me. I'm right here. Ill Adidas, $400 jeans on me. Itchy with no safety, a loaded magazine on me. South side, that's as wild as it gets. And no, I never sold crack, that's some house nigga shit. I'm not judging, but every man that's a man gotta stand by his principles, and I'm not budging. That's Mickey, you can take it how you want, but you can never be me, you can fake it how you want. I spit that uncut raw, you can bake it how you want. Break it down any way you like, you get the same result. Get in tune, the elephant in the room has now assumed pole position. Whoa. Oh. BJ, get him. Come on.
Reporting live from the gutter where that butter get gorillas jobs. That's why we call it work. The same work who get a nigga robbed. I throw my dice against the concrete. If the bitches pass, see you later. Grab my paper, tell her fade and kiss my ass. This the jungle, baby, I'm a lion. Try me, I'll be firing. The same banger saved Private Brian. You the prey, you survive and hide. Better pray that them vultures and them rovers don't go flying by them. Them other niggas just so-so. How in the birth a nigga this hot in the cold go? I went from 20-inch assassins on that Osmo to the pretty 760 sitting low on them bozos. Those are big shoes, you motherfuckers is so slow. Get caught without your heat in these streets is a no-no. Baby need Pampers, daddy need that photo. It's bread or nothing, big old niggas, you see the logo.
Whoa. Whoa. Come on, Scooter.
Look, I don't see a nigga alive. And if a nigga claim he better, then that nigga done lied. And if some niggas jump chose, bet them niggas done died. You can always spot a cobra by the look in his eyes. You look at his clique, check out his bitch, and look at his guys. Cause 9 times out of 10, all that tough shit be just a disguise. And that does it. I got the chrome Mac in a black luggage. Cause money ain't the root of evil, Jack is the lack of it. I stay different. I move around like y'all hate women. I'm starting to think this whole industry full of gay bitches. No checkers, it's a chess game. Catch me in the next lane. Fly nigga, bunch of ice on me like my chest ring. All money's pocketing that. Like a Hamas rocket attack. Explode profit and jacks where your moccasins black. Acknowledging that he resides. These scriptures is heathenized. Y'all couldn't paint the pictures that he provide. Eagle eyes, eagle eye on the beef out. Either scream peace or pull your piece out. The flow will knock your teeth out. From out west where we never put our rags down, nigga. If I ain't the best, most likely it's that rag town, nigga.
That's me. All I can see on this beat. Whoa. Hey, haters keep hating. Y'all inspire me. Chicago, West Side, South Side, North Pole, East Side. Stick your chest out. Whoa.
What's happening? What's happening? Our wonderful family members. We appreciate y'all so very, very much for tuning in to this Wednesday edition of I Said What I Said. You know how I always notice that what the temperature gauge says on that thing? It also says the time, the date, and the day. So the fact that I never know what day it is just stupid because it's always right there and I never look up there, but I'm always looking up there to see that it says 84 degrees in here right now. But it's cool. I just turned the air on, so, you know, Lil Ron will be crying in a minute. 2. You was just telling me something off break about white folks. Okay?
Is that what we usually talk about?
Yeah.
What white folks?
Hey, shout out. Listen, if y'all did not catch I Said What I Said yesterday.
I went back through it last night.
Did you?
I did, man. That was a very interesting dialogue.
Nigga,
is
you crazy?
You got to be a special kind of nigga to believe that.
Nigga, you gonna believe. Gee, go back and watch the show yesterday. We were joined by Mac Antonio Glover. He is an author, and he is a special kind of dude. He is unique unto himself. But it was an absolute pleasure to have him on the show as he kind of talked about the history of Jesus and black people's role in that entire concept. Very, very interesting, compelling thoughts to think about. I thought it was a really, really dope conversation. Juan Tiggs, shout out to you. Been peeping you on the morning show, Juan. You've been doing your whole thing. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. I know you will. Shout out to you. Glad you over here rocking with the squad. anyhow, you told me about some white people that were complaining. Yeah, so anyway, go back and watch the show from yesterday is what I was about to say, from Mac. It was very, very good, very, very entertaining, a lot of good information, lots of things to think about. So definitely check out the episode, but he is a unique dude. The way he delivers it, the way he carries it is absolutely entertaining, for sure. But it was a dope conversation, for sure. Yeah, definitely go back and check it out, Candace. It was fire, for real. As equally informational as it was entertaining. But you told me about some white folks who are...
Yeah, white people in New Orleans on Facebook strategizing how to survive black neighborhoods that they're gentrifying.
How do we survive black neighborhoods and gentrifying? Like, if I want to get, because what they want to do is get in on the ground floor. So they want to get in early, right? So right before they turn the $500 apartments into low $300 condos. I mean, $300,000 condos, right? They want to get in at the ground level, right? Before they do the sweeping changes to the community. The issue is, to get on the ground level, you are still there while all the niggers is there. Right? And so, well, how do I survive now? How do I walk to the bus stop? And how do I deal with my neighbors? Here's what you could do. Stay the fuck out. How about that? Or
but
shut up. Like, quit. You know what I'm saying?
But even per the conversation we was having yesterday, that's why gentrification is such a damaging thing, is because they don't come to assimilate into our culture, the culture of our neighborhoods. They come to dominate and take over.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Think about how our neighborhoods rock in the summer. It's funny, like if you just, so I'm on the low end, but specifically Bronzeville, Washington Park, High Park area, right? And I've been there all my life. Not living there all my life, but I attended school there. I've had that experience all my life. When certain seasons start to hit, like once you pass like the L on 63rd Street, like it was a culture shift. Even just from the far south side to the low end. You know what I mean? You start to be encompassed by buildings. You start to hear loud music. You start to seeing cats playing ball at the cages. And I'm talking about in the past.
Yeah.
You start to hear, like I said, the music. You can smell reefer in the air. It's just our culture. It's just part of our thing.
Fried chicken on the block. Don't know which house is coming out of.
It's just part of our thing, you know. But as they integrate into our communities, those things die out and new cultures arise. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the problem with, or how I view the problem, because we lose a lot of ourselves when we lose our communities. You know what I mean? When we start thinking about Chicago specific, this is the American descendants of slave capital. You know what I mean? So as we lose this space, where do we go? And where do we find a hub where we can kind of, populate it in the same kind of way that we populated this city? I don't know if that's ever going to happen again. So what happens when we lose all those remnants of the cultures that we've created in the States? You know what I mean? So it's just interesting, man. But this is a direct comment from one of the cats they're having this conversation publicly on Facebook.
Yeah, before I'm pulling it up now, but I think that it's the difference is how we try to integrate into spaces that they would call their own prior to us arriving, right? It's a different type of thing. We just trying to come in, be next to y'all, do what y'all do, right? So we go to the places y'all go to and all that. We just heard Maze, talking about when they went to Bolingbrook. Now I'm going to hair cuttery. You would never went to hair cuttery in Joliet or Chicago, you know what I mean? But now because you try to just do what they do. They not coming in here to go to Twan at the barbershop, though. They trying to build a hair cuttery here. You know what I'm saying? There's a different energy. You know what I mean? They trying to come in and take over. We trying to come in and assimilate.
It's a lesson to be learned there.
There's absolutely a lesson to be learned there.
It's a lesson to be learned there. I'm not to not a knock on Maze.
No. That's how we move.
I've never gone to a hair cuttery. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in that conversation we was just having, like, I'm appalled that my son at 15 ain't found somebody in the neighborhood that cut his hair yet. You know what I mean? I, in a lot of ways, I want you to have the same similar shared experience that I have, because it's part of the culture.
Heck yeah.
You know what I mean? It's part of the culture. So, it's a lot of stuff that's shifting, and we don't give it its just due. We don't give it the value that is needed, because we don't really see the value in ourselves, which is the problem. Right? That stuff has value. Hearing that music blaring out the cars, or you can't tell me, man, like a box Chevy or my first car was an 87 Color Supreme.
Classic.
Right? And it was my first car and my favorite car, because at the time, all the dope boys, there was somebody.
Classic.
Had an 87 Color Supreme. You know what I mean? From the time I was like 12 to the time I got that car, you couldn't tell me nothing about a 87 Color Supreme. You understand what I'm saying? But it was,
if I see a clean one right now, I'm gonna get excited.
I saw one last night. And I was
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
man, Joe.
Yeah.
It was clean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but it was
What was
like,
that rolled down the street?
It was the color.
Exactly, right. And it had bang in the trunk.
Had bang in the trunk and everything.
Yeah.
Right? So when I finally, reached my age of driving and I got my own car and I had that 87 color, I was Jesus on the block.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You couldn't tell me nothing. But all that is birthed out of Chicago urban culture. You know what I mean? That ain't even the car, in New Jersey or any other black neighborhood. It's not the same kind of energy. That's a Chicago thing. You know what I mean? The box Chevys, that's a Chicago thing.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Florida think they got a lock on box Chevy. It's like, nah, y'all don't. Y'all do some other thing, but box Chevy is a Chicago thing, fam.
But you lose all that. Like my kids don't have no understanding of a box Chevy.
Yeah.
They don't have no understanding of a colors. They don't. It's not real to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're losing that neighborhood component, which in turn diminishes the relationships we have with our community. And when you poor, like our community is poor, our survival is contingent on how many relationships you have.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It's necessary.
It's necessary.
Like it was a time you moved around the city. You find yourself here. You find yourself there. You find yourself into certain situations, and it's like who you know can greatly impact whether or not you make it home tonight, or at least make it home the same way you left.
Or in a plethora of ways, right? Who you know can open up job opportunities. Who you know can open up school opportunities. Who you know can open up all kind of opportunities.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
But I'm just mean like in a survival sense, like it was just necessary to have certain relationships throughout the community to where maybe I don't know you, right? But okay, you from over here, such and such is my cousin. It's my partner. Oh, you know such and such? Yo.
Yeah, you good money.
Okay. Go ahead and let them pass through type thing, right? Because it's just a real thing. You know what I mean? And so, having those relationships was important. But now we want relationships with whoever got a blue check, even though they from South Carolina. Fam.
Think about how people get popularity, or black youth get popularity in the city of Chicago. They would call it clout now, I guess y'all would say. But when I was young, you would get it from hooping.
Yeah.
You would get it from being an athlete. Let's say that. Hooping was number one, though.
Yeah, for sure.
You would get it from hooping.
For sure.
You would get it from being able to dance. You would get it from being
food workers had clout.
Whatever your thing was, but it had to be like a public occurrence. Like everybody had to know you could do it.
Yeah. Like he the best skater in the city.
Right. And you can move your way through the city with whatever that thing is. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
But because we don't live in our neighborhoods in the same kind of way, we kind of are mimicking white folks in a lot of ways at this point. We don't have that energy no more.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why the shorties see themselves as ops all the time.
BT, welcome home, my brother. No, for real.
This why the shorties see themselves as ops, because they're not building them relationships. There's no rapport because we're not living in our communities no more.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is because the shift in how our neighborhoods operate, and a lot of that because how Chicago shifting and how Chicago operates.
Yeah.
The further south you go, the more apt you are to see like kids riding bikes, or the further west you go.
Mm-hmm.
Like where it's still deep pockets of black folks,
right.
you gonna still see kids on bikes. Sometimes you gonna see kids hooping. You gonna see kids on the block.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get to those areas that are going through those changes, you don't see none of that energy no more.
No, it's not the same thing. But it was so necessary, man. Like you said, using sports to kind of leverage those relationships and those those dealings, right? And because all right, yeah, I go to Bremar on 73rd and Jeffrey. You go to Powell on 75th and South Shore Drive. You go to Bradwell. You go to Madison, whatever. We play each other all the time. I know you the man at Powell. So when I'm over there, you going to make sure I'm good, because when you come over here, I'm going to make sure you good. And it was that's just kind of how it was when you cultivated those relationships in real ways. Or even if it was like more street than that, even if it was like some gangbanging shit. It's like, okay, you GD from over there, I'm GD from over here. We might have bumped into each other the wrong way at Miami Bowl or something. But you from where? You from where? You know, such and such, my man's, that's my old head, that's my young boy, whatever. Cool. And we can call it one. You know what I'm saying? Or we just have a fight and it'd be cool. Everybody gonna get home from the fight though.
Hey, we bypassed this earlier when I was with you. Did you see that picture I showed you?
What picture?
When we were sitting down having that meeting earlier and I showed you my phone, the picture on my phone?
Yes. I know you tight about it.
Super tight.
I would say don't be so tight about it.
I'm not tight about it in the way that you think I'm tight about it, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, in full transparency, right, since you just said the gangbang thing, right, I saw my son got beside himself the other day and posted a picture of himself dropping the rakes.
Dropping the rakes of all things.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, now my son
failed too.
He said you failed.
I said that to myself. I said that to him today. I said, I failed you. I told him that for real. I said I failed you. So look, last night one of my homies, cause he has me blocked off of his Instagram. Like I don't even see his Instagram, which I didn't think I had to care about it, right? So one of my partners sends me the picture, like, you see this? And I said, what? So he's asleep at the moment, right? So I woke him up the right way. You know what I mean?
Wow. Wake your ass up.
Right? Woke him up the right way. Like, man, what's this? Explain this to me, fam. What's this? He said, what you mean? What you mean what's this? He was like, I said, I'm asking you. What is this?
What is?
He's like, I'm throwing up the peace sign.
Now he trying to play you.
Now he trying to
You should have
play.
fired on him again.
Oh, I did.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I fired on him again.
Good.
Right. So now I'm getting madder.
I'm
and
throwing up the
madder.
peace
Throwing
sign.
up the peace sign?
He said I'm throwing up the peace sign. So I'm getting mad.
Now you boo-boo the fool.
Now I'm mad as hell now, right?
Boy, they been doing this sign since before you was born.
So I said
I don't recognize it.
I said, nigga, who you think I am?
He'll
You
square.
know who I am out here.
No, he thinks you a square.
He must.
He thinks you a square, bro.
He must, G.
Yes, he does.
And I don't get it. Like, don't you see me? Don't you see the people I bring to the house? Don't you see the things I'm involved in? Don't you know the people that I know?
No, he only knows that you're his father. And he
Like,
thinks you a
what-
square.
what are
I
you
thought my
missing,
mama was
shorty?
70,000 years old my whole life. My whole entire life. Now that I'm grown, right, and I have an adult relationship with my mom, right, and I recognize that I'm 35 years old. And I think back to, okay, when my mom was 35 years old, how old was I? And I was like, I was 12. When I was 12, I didn't think my mom was 35. I thought she was 107.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, but I'm thinking back to who I am at 35. I'm like, my mom was me when I was 12? Like, when I was like, oh, hell no, I thought that lady was 6,000.
So it gets worse.
Uh-huh.
So this morning, he had a 7 a.m. workout, right? So they doing digital workouts or whatever. So I ain't wake up, he ain't wake up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So coach is calling my phone, waking me up. I still ain't wake up. So then he called my wife's phone, and she woke up like, the hell is he calling me for? You know what I mean? Turn waking me up.
Uh-huh.
So I go in there like, man, get up, you got to work out this morning. You know what I'm saying? He groggy and all that. So I'm trying to log him in so I can walk back out the room while he gets his stuff together. As I log into his Zoom, guess what the name on his Zoom is? After he told me this was a peace sign.
300E.
GDK to the world.
Wow.
That's what his name is on.
Now E is killing GDs?
It gets better, right?
E is killing
So look,
GDs
though,
now.
But I'm not.
But that's the Zoom name, so that's his name he's logging into class.
To Zoom with, G. So look though, peep game though. I'm not coherent. I'm not even seeing the name. I'm just pushing the numbers and pushing enter. I'm not reading the name. I didn't see it. But God wanted me to see it.
GDK.
Mythical Sky Daddy wanted me to see it.
Goddess, what up, man?
So what happened was I kept failing on the Zoom login.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, what the hell is going on here? So like the third time, now I'm going slow, reading all the stuff.
Wow.
And he's standing there half woke,
Yeah.
half not woke.
Yeah, you know how he is when he's sleepy.
Right? So when I finally read that, I'm not interested in Zoom no more. What's that?
Interception.
I'm not interested in Zoom no more. Right? So I turn around, fire on his ass again. Right? It's just a firing squad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I say, man, look, bro.
Is this the peace sign too?
I said, this the peace sign too? I said, this still a peace sign, cuz? So he, what you, now he dumb. Now he don't know what to say.
Give it a kid.
Right. So I was like, man, he's like, Daddy, I ain't do that. I don't never be on Zoom. I don't do Zoom. We don't got to do Zoom for school.
He think you a sap sucker.
He do. He legitimately does, cuz. So I say to my man, I say, bro, now mind you, he went to Bogan for like a month before he went to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we still got all the Bogan school material, the computers and stuff. I'm not coherent if this is a Bogan computer. Now I'm trying to give the man the benefit of the doubt, right? So I say, man, which computer is this? He said, what you mean? It's my computer. I said, where? From where? He said from Arizona, because he still goes to school in Arizona, right? So their season got canceled. He home for the duration, but it's still online at Arizona.
Right.
So I said, you mean to tell me somebody in Higley, Arizona
is GDK?
Is GDK.
GDK to the world blow up.
That's what you mean to tell me,
Nigga, I'm
man.
300 in Arizona, fam.
That's what you mean to tell me, right? I was like, you go with that? You gonna stay with
Final
that?
answer.
And that's your final answer. I said,
Before I put your
room.
sternum on your spine.
I'm giving you room, bro. Don't make me kill you. Because you about to make me kill you. We can have a conversation.
Because clearly he's a killer.
We can have a conversation. But if you keep lying, I'm going to hurt you. I don't have no choice at that point.
Right there, because now it's disrespectful at this point.
just go-
It went from a bad decision to disrespect at this point.
Bruh, the man stayed with it.
He stood on it.
It must have been Higley. Okay. So I got 2 workouts today.
So now you got a pitcher throwing the rakes down.
All in a 24-hour span.
And you got a username that say GDK whatever. And all of this is coincidental? That's the peace sign, and white kids in Arizona is GDK. Okay, come on. I just want to follow. Come on.
I was dropping them Fifth Ward bees on them. Here's the moral of the story, though.
Damn, cuz, what you on?
So I'm trying to explain to him, like, because he really don't got no understanding who his old man is. I really realized that today. Like, you don't got a clue. You know what I mean? So I was like, look, man, I understand this phase that you're going through. But you ain't built, I mean, I know my kid, right?
You ain't really body little nigga. This a phase, huh?
He ain't built like that. He pretending, right? This is a made-for-TV movie.
Yeah.
Right? And what I'm trying to explain to him is that it be the ones who pretending to get hurt.
That's the ones gonna get caught up.
Yeah, them is the ones that get hurt. So I have a conversation where I'm saying, look, little dude, I got a responsibility to take care of you till you this year's old, right? After that, I have no responsibility to take care of you. And please believe I'm gonna stay true to my responsibilities. You know what I mean? So I said, look, if you want to be a street nigga, I can't stop you from that.
Yeah, but it's too late to be a street nigga.
No.
You don't jump off the porch at 18, fam.
No, he ain't 18.
I'm just saying, though.
No, I get it. I said, but there's a lesson to be learned out there, too. And I said, maybe you need to get there faster than you think you need to get there. So I want to help you.
Expedite this process, man. We got to expedite this learning curve. Because you got a big learning curve if you're finna hop off the porch now.
Expedite this process.
Yeah.
So if this is who you want to be, I ain't got no pushback.
Because the shorties out there that never had a porch to hop off of, they've been in this.
Right.
Okay?
So I said, I ain't got no pushback.
And they can't wait to see the rookies coming on the block.
You could do it. I'll let you go out there right now. Right? Go on to the jungle.
He's
be
sweet.
the lion you think you are.
He's sweet.
Go ahead.
That's what they gonna say. He's sweet out here on the block.
They
Tricking you out your pack, all kind of stuff.
Yeah, I know you're true. Pack. He don't know the pack is.
But if he get out there, he'll get one, and then he gonna get tricked out of it.
He'll be back home by 8. That's what he'll be. You understand me?
I'm hungry, man.
But I was like, man, go on slide, homie. I'll see you later. You know, go on do your thing. He ain't what it is, daddy. I don't want that smoke. You know, I ain't want. You know, he backing up now. You know what I mean? And what it really breaks down to this though, man. I know, 14, 15-year-old boy going through a phase, wanting to find value, trying to find value, and it just, and it's a conversation that eventually I expected to have anyway. And I say that in the sense that I think that all boys at that age are looking to find power.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that, love. And I think that, tell him, come in. Kid, what up, bro? Come on in. I think that all boys are looking to find power, right? Now, I think the troubling part of that is that the only way we think or look or see as valuable or access to power is through criminality.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And even beyond just my ties to the land and him not knowing that, it bothers me that with me being his father, that he thinks that's the access to power point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you know me. Like, you know our family. You it's official people in my family. In the streets.
I would say.
And I only say that to say, you see them come begging me for help. You don't see you ever see me beg them for help? It's interesting how that plays out.
Yeah, I would say that at that age, that is the only place you kind of find autonomy to do what you want to do and not live within the constructs of school rules or house rules or whatever. And so that looks like the freedom road. But fam, you out here playing the game that, first of all, very few people have ever beat in the history of this game. Second of all, you don't even know how to play the game.
He ain't playing the game. He's playing the game for internet attention.
I get it.
He ain't in the street.
I get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that. That's why we having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that, like, That's where he trying to find it. What's up?
Grimmy said James Evans ain't let JJ join no gang.
Yeah, I saw that. Shannon said that her daughter is over there cracking up at her play cousin Eric.
Yeah, y'all might have to have a roommate soon because he gonna be in the streets in a minute. You think I'm playing? He don't understand. My daddy put me out his house at 14 years old.
Mhm.
Like no bullshit. Don't come back in here. You know what I mean? Now by God's grace, I landed on my uncle's couch in Iowa. You know what I mean? But my man was like, I can't help you be who you want to be because I went through some of the similar shit.
Right.
But I jumped off the porch way earlier than he did, and I was really engaged in a lot of shit that he's not engaged in.
Right.
So, you know, what's the meme? You always have a child that you spend the rest of your life trying to correct him or yourself out of the child. You know what I mean? So I'm
It's
not
like, I
confused
can't do it,
about
right.
it. You know what I mean? I ain't confused about it at all, but he's not even built from the same cloth that I was cut from, and that's on purpose.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I
That's what I'm
provided him a
saying.
certain kind of opportunity.
That's what I'm saying. There are very few people who are out there who have had the upbringing that he's had. So he's like just jumping out there on some other shit. You know what I mean? But I'm saying that's a late time to jump out the porch. I know I said 18. He's not 18. I'm just saying like it's just late. Like you jump off the porch at 11, 12. You know what I mean? Like
You got this boy in college. Everybody in these comments about he 18. He in college.
Right.
No, he's not. He's a freshman in high school.
Yeah. Late to be jumping off the porch.
And it's still too late.
Especially considering the upbringing that he's had inside.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Private school, little Negro, you.
Yeah.
Man.
So, you know, it's
the peace side. Boy, I tried to break my wrist.
That's the peace side?
This is the peace side, is what he told me.
You like you don't know.
I said, boy,
How long you think GD's been around and had enemies?
Who you think you talking to?
Like, how long you think GD's had enemies that you think that your
Oh
daddy
my
don't know that
God,
is
dog.
throwing down the rakes?
No, what made you choose that sign to peace? Like, you know what the peace sign look like, right?
He was quick on his feet. No, daddy, that's a peace side.
Yeah, but it's Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
It's crazy, man.
Good luck not killing the boy, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Good luck not. You know, I'm always Team E, man. I'm always on his side when you at his head, but he is wilding on this.
Wild. I'm finna have Q whoop his ass this weekend. He just don't know it yet.
Well, that could help, man. You know, because Q could whoop everybody I've seen except me.
That's how I was thinking about it too, right? Everybody but you. That's exactly. Even though when y'all sparred that time and you was running all around,
You
I
was
knew
there.
it wasn't because you wasn't scared.
What you mean running?
I mean running.
I was working the ring, fam. I wasn't running. It was footwork. It's a science to this thing. I was just working the ring. I wasn't running, fam.
Oh, okay.
I was-
You've got the science of running down pat.
I was working the ring, okay? I was using the space. You know what I'm saying? There's a way to fight. This ain't a street brawl. If it was a street brawl, I'd have picked up one of them chairs and hit him upside his head.
Okay.
We were boxing. So in boxing, there's some technique. So I'm not going to stand in the middle of the ring and fight his fight. We're going to fight my fight. Smooth.
And your fight was kind of running away from the fight.
It was using the ring.
It
Okay?
wasn't a ring though.
Stick and move. It was. Just because it didn't have ropes, it's a ring. It's a full square mat.
If it wasn't doors there, I think you'd have ran out the building.
Man, first of all, okay, we can set this up. Okay, we can go down to the dojo right now. We can take the cameras. Okay, we can stream it live. You know what I'm saying? But I got something to do.
Candace said you was cardio boxing.
Huh?
She said you was cardio boxing.
You know, it was a good workout. It was a good workout. You know what I'm saying? It was. I got mine in though. Remember Jamie Foxx was talking about he had to fight with LL Cool J? I got mine though. I got mine.
Hey, did you see the Bill Bellamy real story recount of that?
Yes, and it was great.
Yes, it was.
Bill Bellamy telling the actual whole story of that.
Yeah, it was great.
From how that whole thing kind of built up on the set and turned into that little fight was hilarious. Go find the Bill Bellamy's version of him telling that story about Jamie Foxx and LL Cool J having a fight on the set of Any Given Sunday. Jamie Foxx has told the story on his stand-up comedy. Which one was that? I Might Need Security, I think. But
Bill Bellamy story is way better.
Oh, it's way better. Because it brings in Jim Brown and everybody. Is like
brings in the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth.
Right.
It's the truth, right? Jamie Foxx was telling his side. LL telling his side. Bill Bellamy's telling the truth. And it's really, really good.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
All right, let's find out the other side of the story I just told.
About how you was working the ring. I remember.
Marquin McDonald is in the building.
Good brother Q.
What's happening, Q?
How y'all doing?
Did you bring? I was just playing. I was just joking, bro.
My bad. My bad.
What's happening, brother?
Chilling, man. You know, never leave home without it.
Nah, it's all good. You good, man?
I'm good, man. Everything's been pretty positive.
Are we gonna be able to get you on the phone in another couple of days, or are you gonna be Hollywood and we ain't gonna be able to reach you no more?
Nah, y'all can always reach me, man.
Okay, cool.
Always.
You got your Hollywood debut coming up. You're gonna be featured on BET.
I heard, on the way here, I heard some GQ jokes.
I told him to be cool
Yeah,
on all that,
he
bro.
got his sexy Dex on his Facebook today. I seen it.
And,
it's funny because my man, before he took the shot, he was like, "This is for your GQ cover."
Yeah, he was sexy Dexter. He had the light skin look off pose.
Did you lick your pinky and rub your eyebrow before you did it?
I had the chocolate drop.
Did you lick your lips a little bit? Did you squint your eyes?
Always, you know.
Light skin look off.
Light skin look off.
I'm trying to take my championship belt.
Tell us about it, man. What are you featured for? What's going on with it?
For those who don't know, Solo Dad O'Brien blessed me and the team with the opportunity of featuring us on her show, Disrupt and Dismantle. She's doing a 6-part series on systemic racism. She's attacking environmental racism, school to prison pipeline, and many other things. And we came in under police reform. And so since we created the Bronzeville Community Patrol and we go out every night, she wanted us to pretty much break down that whole piece and, shine the light on some of the things we've been doing. So, we got an opportunity. We went ahead and showed her the town. She also featured the dojo, which I really appreciate. I'm appreciative of because right now the dojo's, hurting because of COVID. And, it was just a great opportunity for us to show some of the work that we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when is it airing?
So it airs tonight at 10 o'clock on BET. It was originally supposed to air at 8, but however, whatever happened, it moved to 10. So we may be doing a small little watch party or through Zoom or whatever for people that might want to, jump down. They can inbox me and let me know. And it's going to, from what I know, it's supposed to show and feature a couple of people.
Mm-hmm.
Antoinette Young, who's the elder who got, raided on unjustly, is supposed to show another young brother. I can't think of his last name, but he's an officer who happened to go against the union. He actually defected from the union.
Okay.
He's probably one
CPD?
of the only, he's from CPD, right? CPD.
Okay.
He's the only officer that defected from CPD. And he wrote several articles about what needs to change within the department, why he defected from the union. And
was this the brother I met at that bank?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. And, that brother deserves some highlights, but I don't want to give his name out right now because I didn't ask for that. But the
T.O., what's happening, man?
And then you have myself and a few others. I know the mayor is also being interviewed in there as well. So we're going to see. It's going to be quite controversial. Two was there when I said a few things that if they keep in, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in to see. I saw the mayor. I didn't realize that they was going that high into the conversation, right? So when I saw the highlights, I saw the mayor talking. Well, I saw the clip of the mayor. Let's say that.
Yeah.
So how that plays out, I think is going to be interesting. The contrast from the things that I know you said versus what I anticipate her saying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I know some of the other people that they spoke to, just based off the cloth and the brand that they're cut from. I think it should be some interesting dialogue. Real quick, did you get a chance to watch any of the what's the name? Soul of a Nation?
Soul of a Nation. I didn't watch it last night. I thought it came on Wednesdays, but it came on Tuesdays.
Last night too?
That's what I was told. I thought it came on Wednesdays.
Oh, I'm not sure. But I'm only asking because I want to compare and contrast the conversation that happens tonight on BT versus what's happening with this Soul of a Nation.
What is it about?
Same kind of the black experience in America, right?
Okay.
Well, I know this is kind of centered and focused in Chicago. At least that's the assumption. The Soul of Dad one, right?
Yes. No, so yeah, this one is focused in Chicago, yeah.
Right. But they're supposed to be going all around, but the first one was focused in Chicago, right?
Right. So they've had 3 episodes prior to this. One was in Louisiana where they featured the Gullah people who's fighting for their land down there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then another one was I forget the other cities, but one I know that she hit several cities. Police reform is
and they've already aired?
Yeah. This is the 4th episode.
Hey, the universe, Mythical Sky Day is amazing. Look at this, right?
What happened?
Because when Q got interviewed, I sat down with Q and I was watching the interview and I was anticipating this show coming on or whatever. But I saw the promos for it, right? And I'm thinking this is the only show. I didn't realize that they had already aired other shows, but it's just amazing how Mythical Sky Daddy works because I'd never known they'd air anything else. It's just like the energy was focused on when Q's comes, and that's when I caught the promos for this one. But yeah, I want to compare and contrast those two because I'm assuming how they going to play out just because I know what you were saying.
Yes, indeed.
Right? And I would wonder the difference of how they edited up versus how they edited up the soul of a nation conversation. Like the soul of a nation is very, very kind of like whitewashed or very, very like clean. You know what I'm saying? And
that
I want
bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in the conversation you was having, I would wonder how that would actually play out once it's aired, being on those major networks.
I don't expect them to hold true to some of the things I said. Some of the things I said was controversial. I went back all the way to Daily Senior and how all they asses, are responsible for the murder and the bloodshed of black people. No one wants to bring up the fact that Daily, along with Hoover and the FBI, COINTELPRO, CIA, and so on and so forth, actually orchestrated a hit on Fred Hampton.
They conspired to murder him.
Right, they killed him and Mark Clark. So no one wants to discuss those things and put that out there. And if they left any of that out, I would be disappointed because there needs to be a light that needs to be shined on that.
Yeah, but that's the creative control piece that comes in. I've done interviews to sit down with talk for an hour or more, and then I've seen the clip come out. It's a 30-second clip of I said this. Like I did say that, but not at all in that context. For one. And I said way more important shit, but they're gonna use it for what they want to.
CBS did that to me a couple of weeks ago, and I had to make a video on filling in the gaps and the blanks, because they wanted to talk about the arresting and seeing if I was in support of our shorties out here getting arrested. And I was like, well, look, if he committed the crime and he got caught, then he gets caught.
Yeah, so they're like, Q said lock him up.
Right, exactly. And so what I'm on
it's the goddamn America, Jeremiah Wright.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's some bullshit because my thing is, okay, you arrested him. You got caught. You did the crime. You got caught. Fine. Here's the issue that I have. Y'all too busy fucking around talking about that Band-Aid of arresting somebody, and yet y'all don't create any programs or systems that are preventative measures. Or do y'all really work on any type of restorative measures? Y'all are just about arresting because no one wants to put it out there. You motherfuckers make money on us going to jail.
There's a quota.
Prison is the plantation.
Yeah, there's a quota.
So
they have to fill so many cells. Like once you put a quota on it, once you made them privatized prisons, you put a quota on them. And Joe Biden is talking about doing away with privatized prisons. I don't think that he'll be able to do that, or much that he's interested in doing that. But
again, right, is we got to understand the game, right? Doing away with private prisons has been a conversation for the last 20 years.
Yes.
If y'all saw, what's the documentary the sister put out? Was it 13?
Yeah.
If you remember 13, what was that, 5, 6, 7 years ago?
Yeah.
Even at the end of 13, they're talking about the ending of private prisons, right? And they're going to end private prisons because of what? We're moving into this digital space. We don't need physical jail bars anymore. We can put this ankle bracelet on your ass and you're not going no further than this ankle bracelet will allow you to go. They're just moving prisons to a different conversation, right? Just like they're moving industry to a different space, right? So, but we are so far behind the 8 ball. We're so left out of technology. We're so kind of disenfranchised with the understanding of power. We allow shit to happen to us rather than be engaged in the conversation of. You know what I mean? But these aren't new conversations. Like it's amazing me how many people talk about 13 because everybody in our community has seen the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the very last 30 minutes of the movie 13 is talking about the plan is to do away with private prisons because of this investor. They're going to move it to
it's
this.
a selling point. That's all it is. It's a selling point, just like everything else. And that's what politics is. It's a selling point. I'm going to qualify your ass and close you on this, and you're going to give me your vote. And I'm going to make you feel good and go ahead and rub your back a little bit and tell you, this is what I'm going to do. But that shit never gets done. We know what it is. So it's all a game, and that's what it is.
Yeah, it doesn't get done because we're not we're buying, but we're not an informed buyer.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it has to be, we have to take a different approach.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I had that conversation this morning with a colleague where I was like, movements are beautiful. I said the problem is that the movements don't last is because the masses of the people that you're trying to move are not educated. So they don't understand chess.
Right.
You're trying to bring a bunch of people into a game in which they don't even understand the pieces. So, we got to find ways of, connecting those and bridging those gaps so our people are a little bit more conscious of what's happening and then understanding the moves that are being made.
For sure. James says it probably ain't going nowhere. Too much money to be made, talking about privatized prison. Henry says that Biden can get rid of them on the federal level, but on the state level, it's still big business. Henry also says that 2 is right. The money will go into tracking.
You niggas. That's what he said. Tracking you.
Niggas, you crazy.
Niggas, you crazy.
I won't be surprised if we end up like China in the next few years.
In what way?
In the sense of, China, they have everywhere you go in China is, especially in Hong Kong,
tracked everywhere?
Tracked. Facial recognition. And not only is it facial recognition, but your credit, you get credit You get points like it's a video game.
So
if you make any type of incriminating thing, they dock points from you. If you get caught, if you do a good deed, you gain points.
So there's
Like,
a TV
they got
show
crazy
on that,
game, bro.
and it's called damn, it's escaping me right now. Hopefully, I'll think of it before we get up out of here. But it's a TV show, and it's literally based on how much points you have, and when your points run out, like you die type shit. You know what I mean? But all these points are based off, social constructs, right? How did you do this? Okay, you get more points or more time or whatever. Did you not do that? Okay, you take away this much time from you. And it's like that is the game of life and it's like, art imitates reality, right? So we the moment we kind of see things on the big screen, understand that's already in the works, right? So if you seeing it, that's already done. Like, so the shit we used to see like on, I don't know, whatever sci-fi type movies we used to watch back in the day, like, oh, is that gonna be a thing? Now you see like, yep, that's a thing. You know what I mean? Like all of those, Tron trains that go, however miles an hour, like, yeah, that's a thing. You know what I mean? Like,
generally, what they say, if you saw it back then, it was already
self-driving cars, like we see all that stuff now. You know what I mean? So once you see it in a movie,
it's probably already exists.
Yeah, it already exists out there somewhere, and it'll be widespread in the next 10 or 20 years.
Until we move toward revolt, right? And that segment of the population has to exist. And it always has existed. You understand what I'm saying? And it has to exist because all of those things that you see in those movies that we mimic, they're all about obtaining or securing power, right? And eventually the powerless revolt. It's a cyclical thing. I will agree with that. But just like the brother he was talking about yesterday, he was like, that fourth generation is going to be the power generation. They're going to lead. They're going to lead out of necessity because they're going to be dealing with so much lack and so much poverty that they're not going to have any other choice, right? So even when I'm laughing and joking about some of the behaviors that my son has, but I worry about the world that he's going to inherit. Like, we think about it as it's a far off concept, and it's not. You know what I mean? I think if not him, then definitely his children will. They're going to be. I think they're going to inherit a world similar to like the Mad Max movies. We're on the cusp of some different type of stuff,
right?
You know what I mean? What's it look like when you can't turn on the water in the kitchen? You know what I'm saying? What's it look like when you can't go to Walgreens and get milk?
Right.
And we act as if that can't happen here.
All I got to do is close the door.
Look beyond the borders of America, and you see it happening everywhere else every day. You know what I mean? This existence exists. You know what I mean? The only difference between America and those other countries is that America has a middle class, right? And we're moving to a space and place where the middle class is non-existent. When you go to that, the haves and the have-nots, they are all operating from this space of scarcity. You know what I mean? And that seems to be the design that America's moving towards, right? So whatever that revolutionary class is, it either needs to show its head now, or when it does show its head, it's going to because of you're going to be dealing with so much lack.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Which in turn
out of pure necessity
force the human spirit to say,
right.
You know what's the poster when eventually the poor are gonna have nothing less to eat but the rich. It's gonna come to fruition. It just is what it is. You know what I mean?
Why wait though? You know what I'm saying? From our perspective, why
you wait because you're comfortable. Because even though you're poor, being able to take a dookie inside your house instead of on the curb is different. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable. You know what I mean? Just like I told my son, you don't got to worry about the shit you do because you come home to a bed, you come home to heat, you come home to a meal. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Nothing is going to cause you a problem because you're comfortable.
That's why I think we should have programs that actually take them out, take young boys, young men and women out into say whether it's the woods, the field, take them overseas or whatever, and have them going through certain rites of passage programs that make their ass suffer. Do some of the similar work that rangers do. I'm gonna drop your ass off right here in this field, in this jungle. Your ass gonna have to get from A to B. Yeah. And then you'll see, like, damn, I gotta take a dump right here in these bushes. I'm gonna have to piss in these trees. I'm gonna have to wipe my behind with some leaves, and that'll give you a whole nother appreciation for what the hell you have at home. Teach them how to hunt and how to survive. Because right now they don't know how to. Any one of our children right now that we tell them, hey, go make some bread real quick, go bake some bread, they'll be like, what are you talking about?
How you make bread?
To the store.
Right.
Exactly. So comfortability is what kills inspiration.
Yeah, and we're really comfortable with the construct as it is, right? Even though we understand that there are injustices within it, it's the only thing we know. And so outside of that seems even more uncomfortable than the oppression does. And like we also can't even get ourselves to the point where we think that they'll close that grocery store door. Like that's all it takes. Like what the fuck you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you run in there, you loot it one time. Okay, y'all clear it out in 2 hours, and then what?
Then
now
they
the
just
door's
don't come
closed.
back to business.
That's what I'm saying. Now the door's closed.
Yeah.
And now what?
And I'm not even knocking it, right? I'm not even knocking the looting because I support it 100%.
Fam,
right?
you know I don't.
But at the end of the day,
I'm just saying, if the store goes away, like all I'm saying, they close the door right now. Okay, we can get in there once. Okay, clear it. Okay, cool. Then they don't open it no more.
Yeah, but you can't move like that when you're dependent.
Right.
That's really how it breaks down.
Well, so you saw some of that back in May when they closed the Walgreens right here in Bronzeville. People was freaking out. Like, damn, I can't get my medicine. You know, they like, where do I go to get my medicine? Where do I get my prescriptions? Where do I go? Oh, I got to go. And here's the funny part. I would hear people complain, I got to go all the way to 55th. It's only a couple of miles. That's how comfortable we are. I got to go all the way to 55th is nowhere. I got to go all the way to 55th. So, you know.
And we put that shit on the kids. It ain't the kids. It's us.
It's us.
It's
That's
us.
absolutely right.
It ain't the kids.
We're the guides.
Yeah.
We're the ones that's supposed to guide them. That's us. That's our fault.
Yeah, it is, man. Everything in my house is instant. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. It's a constant fight, too, to get us away from that.
Yeah. I mean, you know.
But it's a cultural thing.
Yeah, but exactly. It's because we see it play out in everything we do. When's the last time we've invented something? We ain't invented shit in a long time. We found ways to make a previous invention a little bit more convenient or a little bit more efficient.
Improved on it.
Yeah, but we ain't created no shit in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we got a stove. Okay, well then let's come with a microwave just so we can do the stove shit faster. You know what I mean? Like we ain't invented shit in a minute. And you know, everything we do is trying to find the easiest way to get the same things done possible when we understand that in rushing through something, inevitably you're going to lose some quality of that production. It's just what it is. And you know, we are willing to trade quality for efficiency. That's just we're willing to make that trade all the time. Like, you know, it takes a lot or it takes more to make a burger than it does to, you know, grab one from McDonald's or something. You know what I mean? It's how we operate.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper to get a McDonald's burger than it is to go
That's
back
true.
ground beef.
That's true.
You know what I mean? They make what's the word I want to use here? You know, they make your obedience easy to obtain. You know what I mean?
Trash food, cheap. Healthy food, expensive as hell.
And you become obedient because you're ignorant. You're ignorant of whatever the polar opposite of whatever said thing is. You know, just like I think I was telling you the other day, the conversation I was having with my son, like, what's the difference between the man that can't read and the man that doesn't?
Right.
There's no difference.
Right.
They both.
Neither one of y'all reading.
Neither one of y'all reading. So what's the skill set? What's the value of the skill set?
Right.
If you're not going to utilize it, it has no value.
That's good. That's real.
You know what I mean?
That's real.
And that's the part that we miss out on. But it's based in the American philosophy where we value the destination over the journey. And it's really the journey that gives the destination its value. You know what I mean? But we don't see the world like that. We all want instant grits and instant gratification. It doesn't work like that nowhere in any space.
You know what's crazy about the fact that we move that way? In no other science do we move that way, right? We talk about the sweet science of fighting. Like, you don't start off in your world championship bout like, okay, throw me in the ring with him. You finna get your face knocked off, sir. Like, you know what I mean? You got to learn this thing from the ground up. You know what I'm saying? Which is what I was trying to show you with how you move around the ring. Footwork.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to educate you on.
I got you.
You know, you got to build this.
I heard the stick and move comment. I think it more move than stick. It was more move than stick. It was more move than stick. You know,
move and stick.
Though,
cool.
You know?
What's that Will Smith
Stick
song?
to my movement.
He was like, I should have ducked when he told me to swing. Instead, I swing when he told me to duck.
Oh, man. But no, in everything else, we understand the necessity of putting in the time, right? Of putting in the time to become good at something. You sit there and fucking doodle masterpieces, and I'm always in awe of them, and you like, this little shit. But this is what you've been doing forever.
But see,
I couldn't just pick up that pen and doodle the shit you be doing.
But I disagree. And I think it's a generational thing, though, right? It's like over generations, things change, right? And when there's nothing there rooting you in or anchoring you in. For example, like I got a cousin.
Ron, I see your coat. You can turn the air off,
I ain't
bro.
going to say no names, but
Do not turn the heat back on.
Before I was able to drive a car, anybody's car in my family, right? I had to know how to change a tire. I had to know how to change brakes.
Right.
I had to know how to change, oil, basic life. I had to know how the goddamn car worked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was a necessity. I had to go out in the garage with my own man, and all the other dudes was out there working on the cars on the weekends. I had to know how to do these things. And before I got behind the wheel of anybody's car, I had already changed brakes, all that on my own.
That in itself is a rite of passage.
It's a rite of passage. It absolutely is, right? So, again, I'm in my head like this is everybody's experience. but it's not, right? And I can say my cousin, who's my peer, maybe a year or two younger than me, I remember him catching a flat tire. He was like, what do I do? We grown at this point. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what you mean? What you do? Because, again, my experience I thought was a universal experience.
Right.
But it's just not.
Right.
And he's more normal than I am. You know what I mean? So, but at the same time, he was the first one with a car. You understand what I'm saying? He had his own car.
Right.
I couldn't even use nobody's car until I knew how these things operate,
Right.
how these things work.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I put my son through some of those same things. You know what I mean? You come to my crib, you bound to see my son doing some things that you probably wouldn't expect him to be doing. You know, he cutting grass, he changing lights on cars, he doing all them kind of things. He has to. Now, whether or not it's resonating, I don't know, right? Because he's also, I'm sure, comparing and contrasting himself to the experience of the other kids in his demographic.
Right.
Just as I did, right? When my cousin got that car, like, how the hell he got a car and I ain't? The audacity. You understand what I'm saying? But my old man wasn't built like that. I'm never going to buy you a car. You want a car, you figure out how to get you one. Salute. But again, it made me appreciate the journey. You know what I mean? My car, he had a brand new car off a lot. I had an 87 Cutlass. Now, it was, to me, it was the shit, but it was an 87 Cutlass, bought off 67th and Mary Nook. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the journey, and we don't have any value in the journey.
So maybe we should start doing that. Like I recently thought about this. I've thought about this often. My daughter's 12 now, and I recently thought about, you know, in the climate, in today's climate, where, you know, young girls are getting snatched up off the street and so on and so forth. You don't want her to, hey, go to the corner store, hey, go take the bus to such and such, you know, because you may be afraid of whatever. But what I thought, that she doesn't need to know that. What I'm going to do is put my circle together, my crew, and on some old, you know, CIA, Secret Service type shit, we going to be seeing her from all angles, but she thinks she outside by herself. Now get your ass from this place to this place. Your ass, then otherwise you don't get home. And you don't get the cell phone. You're going to have to find your ass way home. She don't know that all eyes is on her. And what gave me the idea was my father, when I was a kid, I was young, you know, 6th grade, and some dudes from high school, they had jumped me or whatever. And, you know, I'm surrounded by dudes, and I'm losing that battle. My father just got out the pen. So my father swole. He all violent and shit because he just got out.
Right.
So my pops was like, yo, what's going on? What happened to you? Because I didn't even want to tell him what happened. And so when he did, what I didn't know was the next day, he followed me to school. Motherfucker was a ninja. I ain't seen him. And when I left school, he literally was standing surrounded by, he was standing in front of the brother that jumped me, but he's surrounded by his bros. They all high school. He's a grown-ass man. And he's got what look like his prison clothes on. And he telling them, like, man, I'll murder your ass right here. He was like, because old boy was like, nah, I ain't him. I ain't dude. He was like, well, let me give a message to the old boy. And my man tapped me like, ain't that your pops? And I was like, damn. So when I asked him when I got home, I said, yo, Pop, how you know? He was like, you ain't even know. He's like, dude, I was following you the whole time. He said, I even waited outside. He was like, dude, I was at your school the whole day. But I didn't know. You know what I mean? So I want to do that for my daughter. What she think, but it's a right to play. You gotta find your way home. But she knows what she's guarded. So if somebody do try to snatch her, we on that. But however, she gonna have to move, because what I'm doing is I realized, even with myself, I'm not preparing her.
That's real.
I'm not preparing her for
the environment she's about to inherit. Yeah.
Nature is violent. And I'm a violent specialist, if you will. So how the fuck am I going to be a violent specialist and I don't prepare her to deal with that which is most violent, which is nature itself?
Yeah.
So I got to prepare her and hopefully create systems. And I'm thinking about doing this just for boys, period, and girls, where we create something where, okay, we're going to put them through this program, through these. They got to qualify through this. They got to go through that. And it's going to be rigorous as hell. They're going to be stressed. But that stress, because stress, that's how you build muscle, through stress. When you lifting weights, that's stress on the body. Yeah. That's how your bones get denser. Yeah. That's how your muscles grow, right? That's how you get, that's how you can either fall apart from it or you can grow and become stronger from it. But our children, this is what I had to remind myself, because I told my wife this, that when it came to my children, I'm not raising kids. I'm raising future adults. So why the fuck am I treating them like babies up until they get to 13? And now I'm like, you better start acting like it. You're right, now show up. You know what I mean?
I said
oh, that's baby girl up
Yeah.
into 12 and not 13. I'm like, what you doing?
I say it all the time. We are the only species on the face of this planet that intentionally delays the development of our offspring. Every other species on this planet, the moment their offspring is born, they are working tirelessly to prepare them for the environment that they just inherited. Us, we know full well the environment that our children just inherited, but we try to shield them from it by any means necessary. And maybe this is my ignorance as somebody who's not a parent speaking, right? And I acknowledge that ignorance and defer to those who have children.
No, but your eyes are clear. You see.
But philosophically, to me, it seems to make sense to prepare someone for the environment that they've inherited as soon as possible. And so I'm not saying put things on their plate they aren't ready for, and I'm not saying that there's a one size fits all. You know your child. You know you know when they're prepared to have a conversation about sex. You know when they're prepared to have a conversation about streets, about drugs, about money. You know what I mean? You understand these things, and as soon as you think your child can handle it, you need to be preparing them for it because you know they're about to deal with it. Why wait to some arbitrary age of 13, 16, 18, 21 to be like, okay, now I assume you're ready for some shit, although I know for sure I haven't prepared you for it.
Yeah, I had to come to a realization and had to check myself. And that's honestly not to sound corny, but on some Michael Jackson Man in the Mirror shit, I had to check myself because I had to think about it. My daughter is 10 years old, and she can pick up an AR-15 and go to work with it. I could take her and put her behind the wheel of my car and be like, get me to the hospital. Like, because that was one of my concerns. If something ever happens to me, if I have an asthma attack or something, and I need her just to get me somewhere, you know, or get, you know, she knows how to just, you know, drive doing the basics. But I'm afraid to have her ass go to the store, or she don't know how to navigate these streets. She got to know it. And here's the reason why. It's fear. I read, it's an author, one of my favorite books is The Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi. He's considered one of the greatest swordsmen of all time. 60 duels, never lost or whatever. He got this legend, right? But inside his book, he says attachment, pretty much, you know, for lack of better words, attachment will fuck you up. You got to have that love. It's okay. But at the same time, you have to also, he says when he leaves out daily, he was like, in that time, to visualize yourself prepared for death. See yourself being, you know, losing the battle and so on and so forth. And once you lose that fear of death, then you have nothing else can hold you back. Don't be afraid to lose whatever it is that's there. And I think that's been my problem. Like, I don't want nothing to happen to my children, but because I'm clinging on so tight, for me personally,
right,
I'm hindering them. So I have to go ahead and be like, you know what, you gonna go ahead. She was in the dojo. There's a store downstairs. I remember the first time I let her go downstairs, I was like, you know, in the building, I was like, she was like, can I go to the store? And inside, I was like, you crazy. Right. Like, you crazy as hell. But
can she go down one flight of stairs? Can she do that? Right. I don't know.
So I'm like, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And that's been my issue.
Yeah.
You know, that's me. And so I'm battling with that same thing So
it's an interesting dynamic, right? And I agree with all the stuff you're saying, right? I say it all the time, you can't raise no lion on no leash. You know what I mean? And I like that. I've allotted, go ahead, it's yours. I've allotted even Eric a lot of freedoms that my peers don't allow their kids to have, right? Now look at it. Bella's about to have a birthday next week. By the time Eric was 12, he was kind of navigating the community a little bit by himself. And I did that on purpose, right? Bella ain't never going outside, fam. It ain't
she ain't never going outside, fam. It ain't happening.
It ain't never happening, right? And I know it's terrible, but it's like,
no, I understand it.
I ain't comfortable, cuz.
Look, bro. My wife, Nicole, will tell you, when she leave out the house, I'm in the window with a gun. And when she walk in the house, I'm in the window with a gun. We got a radio. We radio each other.
Q
it ain't even a phone
8,000 guns in the house, G.
Listen,
because
when
Q
she
was
leave
ready for
out
the apocalypse.
House, because dudes out here carjacking and clowning.
That's true.
Yo, you gonna catch one in your ass. I'll deal with the court case. I got lawyers for that. We'll deal with that. When she leave out that house, guaranteed, if you can't see me in that window, please know that there's somebody behind that glass with a firearm in his hands. And when she come in the house, is that way. And the reason why is because the children in the house. Now, if the children sleep, I'm greeting her on the porch. It's just like that. And I'm like that with my daughter. That's how the young brothers, when we lived in the old place we was at, the two young brothers was underneath our porch checking the cars. And I was letting my daughter go out to take out the trash. And something told me, go with her. I was gonna just go let her by herself. Go on. Sometimes I go down, then I hear this rumbling. I look under the porch, and it's these two young dudes. It's got to be maybe no older than 17, 18 years old. And then what had happened was the neighbors said the neighbors 2 houses down said somebody been through our cars. Mm-hmm. So I figured, they've been checking doors, and they was trying to, and it just so happened they heard that door open, and they was like
scrambled,
and they scrambled, right? And they didn't want to be seen running away. So, like, man, they could have seriously got it then, and almost did seriously get it then. But my daughter was like, "Daddy," like before I could even act. When I heard her just say, "Daddy," which also in tune, I don't know was a good or a negative thing, because it was a good thing that she said it because it might have been it was gonna be problematic for them,
right?
Or I could have gotten hurt,
right?
And at the same time, also it could have been bad because she did
and
say
traumatic for her too.
They got exactly, and that's the reason. One of the reasons why I didn't necessarily take it the way I felt it should have went, but I didn't want to traumatize her. But once again, your ass in the gun range every week with me.
So listen to this
so
quote,
you're gonna have to deal with some of that.
I heard this quote today, and I was thinking about it. Right, it says, "The strong will always survive, but they will only be fed by those who adapt. They will have to be fed by those who adapt." Essentially saying the strong will be here, but they won't be in power.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I thought that was really interesting.
I disagree.
May not necessarily be logical,
but I think it's interesting, and I think even in the context of the experience that my son is currently having. You know what I mean? So I gave him that freedom to navigate the neighborhood on purpose because I saw other kids in his same age bracket that was so lost, and I was like, damn, man, just some coward shit. You know what I mean? And that's what you can't raise a lion on the leash thought came from. And I said, well, damn, I got to look in the mirror because I'm doing the same shit. You know what I mean? So at that point, I was like, all right, man, you got to start figuring this shit out. He goes out there to figure shit out. He coming home dropping the brakes. But that's what's happening in the environment. You know what I'm saying? So how do you get mad at him for adapting to what's happening in the environment?
You can't. You just got to explain it to him.
It's an interesting paradigm to be in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like how do you expose them to something and then still tell them to remain authentic to who they are without being like, immersed in the bullshit.
But it wasn't just exposure, it's adapt. I need you to adapt.
Right.
And part of the adaptation is this is what they're doing. Like,
that's right.
It just kind of, it's the reality. You know what I mean? It's the reality.
Let me ask you this too. In the case of Bella, she's about to be 12.
Ain't nothing happening.
I know. But I'm gonna challenge you on it anyway because I just want to talk through it. If not for this particular conversation, then for the greater conversation. Eventually, you're fully aware that eventually she's gonna be in the world. Whether that's 18, 22.
She's in the world now. The world of 50-46.
Right, but she's not going to always be in the world of 50-46. Right? So eventually, you're aware that she's going to be in the world. She's going to get a driver's license. She's going to go to parties. She's going to be in high school. She's going to go to college if that's what she chooses. She's going to become an adult in this world. When she does.
She's going to break my heart one way or the other.
When she does, right, they're going to be dudes who are making advances at her and catcalling her down the street. There are going to be girls who want to hate on her or might want to fight her because she's smart and she's pretty. Like,
what you asking me? What am I going to do?
No, I'm not asking you what you're going to do.
I'm adjust.
I'm not asking you what you're going to do. I'm asking you what's it going to be like when she experiences that for the first time in her college town.
Well, I don't think, we got to give credit for the environment in which she's in. I don't think she's going to have that first experience when she's just alone. Right now, granted, I'm not allowing her the freedom to do anything alone right now. But she got an older brother. And partially the reason why he has the freedoms he has is because he's going to be her guy when I can't be. He's going to have to be. So she moves around with, I ain't going to say moves around like him because that's not true either. I wouldn't allow that either. But that go to the store. Yeah, you can go to the store. Eric, go to the store with your sister. You understand what I'm saying? It's that kind of experience. So she's experiencing it through the lens of having her brother at her side. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I don't have that same level of comfort, nor do I have that same level of desire for my daughter to adapt to the environment. You know what I mean? That's not how I see it for her. I don't even see it as a necessity for her.
No.
In the same way.
You don't.
No.
See, that's what I want to challenge. Like this idea of, dudes as like predators, right? And I don't even mean like physical predators, right? I mean emotional, psychological predators, right? Just how they operate in relationships and how they can be manipulative and take advantage of.
And you keep saying dudes though. I said the environment, right?
Whomever she's dating.
Predators are predators. It don't matter.
Whomever she's dating.
But it ain't even about dating. Like that's not why she can't go to the stove.
But this is what I'm saying, G. When you're outside, those are the types of things that you get into, right? You meet the boy.
Bitch, I don't like the way you looking. Now I slice your face.
I said that too. I said girls are gonna want to fight her too.
All I'm saying is predators though, cuz and for my daughter, regardless of what kind of predator you are, I'm not willing to make the gamble. For my son, I feel it's a necessity to gamble. He has a different distinction in this world than she does. It's part of the conversation I have when I say that be born, by the very nature of being born woman, you come with validity to the planet.
I guess my general question is, do you think that she'll avoid predators her entire life?
Not at all. That's going to be part of her journey. But I'm going to protect you from the ones I can't protect you from. That's just what's going to happen.
Where does protection and preparation intersect?
They always intersect. You can't protect, but you can't be what you. First of all, in order for me to protect her, I got to have some validity in her life, right? She has to be able to, what's the word? Provision. And I don't even want to say provision, right? In order for me to protect, she has to be aware of my stance and at least abide by it.
Yeah, you have to respect somebody if you're going to allow them to protect you.
Period, right?
Yeah.
So in that vein, we're still going through phases. We're still learning. She still gets her own levels of passage or rites of passage per se. It's just not the same as my son. That's it. Cool. She's not going to avoid none of that shit. It's life. It happens.
I said from the jump. I as a non-parent, I defer to y'all on all the shit. I just
any of the petty neighborhood shit, and be clear though, right? And I know this is kind of like, what's the word I want to use here? This is like, I don't know if this is even real, right? It might be illusionary, right? Because part of the reason why I allow my son to go out into the world the way I do is because I would hear this pushback from other kids like, Mr. Werner, I can't go out in my community because this is happening here. And I would think about the community they was talking, just kind of like my son when he dropped the race and think I don't know what the fuck he talking. I don't know what's happening here. Right? There's this illusion of disconnect, right? So these kids will say, Mr. Werner, I can't go out in my neighborhood because XYZ is happening, right? And then I think about the neighborhoods they talking about, and I'd be like, that ain't happening in your neighborhood, right? But there's this image and there's this stereotype of what goes on in the black community across Chicago, which ain't really true, right? There's like 5 black violent neighborhoods in the city at best. You know what I mean? The rest of them, you pretty much, I mean, not to say don't nothing happen, but you good.
Yeah.
You know
Bought
what I
into
mean?
the narrative of thinking wherever we at is violent.
It's violent. You know what I mean? Now, I just so happen to live in one of them 5 neighborhoods. That's the reality. The numbers, the data says that. You know what I mean? But even in that, data not, as a boy, you got to adapt. As a boy, you got to adapt because your very purpose here is protection and provision. So you got to adapt. You know what I mean? My daughter, I don't see it as a necessity that she adapt to that tone or that kind of predatory behavior. I just don't.
Dig it. Respect it. Salute it. I just wanted to push back, if you will. You the same?
I'm a little different. For me, I personally believe that all my children need to be violent. No, but
shoot the hoe.
I know seriously. What? I think that I understand exactly where Two's coming from. At the same time, he said something that I'm gonna use this term. I want to give some pushback on. He said, "I know at some point in time she's gonna break my heart. She's not gonna break your heart. You breaking your own.
That's true.
Because of the expectation. But what I've come to realize is this: I can only do so much. My daughter is going to do. All I can ever hope for is that by my connection to her, that she listens to the wisdom, and goes with the environment that we've created and built for her, that she's lived through, and she listens and goes through that wisdom. I know she's going to have other entities and energies around her that's going to try to persuade her into other activities. And all I can do is hope that she makes the best decision. Yeah. Because what's going to end up happening is she may end up being like, you know what, I'm going to want to try this, and I'm not necessarily going to be mad. I will be disappointed depending on what it is. But I do know that she is her own. I was when she was, when her mother was pregnant with her, my oldest. We did a naming ceremony for her. And her grandmother is pretty, well known in the community. We was only supposed to have a naming ceremony for like 10, 20 people. It was like 300 people showed up.
Oh, wow.
And so what happened was that all of them was under the understanding.
Hold her up like Simba. And shit.
I swear to God. You think I'm joking. It was like something from Coming to America. They had dancers, drummers, like it was serious.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but what happened though was there was a chant that they had that Khalil Gibran created as far as, she is not my child. She may come here through me and by me, but she doesn't belong to me.
She belongs to the earth.
She belongs to the earth
Mm-hmm.
or to the universe. And so when I heard that, it was like a smack in the face for a second, like, whoa. And that
No,
made
she belonged to
have a
me,
different-
fool.
That made me have a different perspective. And so I realized she is going to have her own experiences, just like I did with me. I had my own experiences. I wonder how my mother and father would feel.
Yeah.
They've had their own experiences, which I know that their parents probably was like, man. And,
Yeah.
and honestly, it's about survival of the fittest. Am I giving her that which is going to make her the fittest?
Yeah.
And so
That's real, too. I don't want to blow past that either, man. All y'all who's in the comments who read a lot, and we know we often talk about books. Q said Khalil Gibran, and that's what's tatted on my arm right here. It's the Khalil Gibran. The Prophet is my favorite book ever. And that's where that comes from.
Oh, that's fire. I never knew that.
Yeah.
I often forget you got tattoos. I mean, it'd be so cold in Chicago for so long that your arms don't be exposed. So when you do, I'm like, oh, he do got a tattoo right there.
That's the darkest his ass gonna get.
Yeah, that's
the haters is everywhere. First of all, I'm black.
Did you
very
see
dark.
Did you see that light skinned ass picture he posted yesterday on his
First
bike?
of all, I don't have any
I
light
saw that
skin
shit.
pictures because I'm dark skinned. Let's get it.
That was
old
so
Sports magazine article ass.
Now
photo.
you hating on the light skin look off kid.
Like I said, this fucking guy. Did you see that selfie that you posted with Gardis and the other two brothers yesterday? Okay.
What selfie?
This fucking
What
guy.
selfie?
You and Gardis and that motherfucker like.
Oh yeah, for sure. Throw it up the fist.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
My buddies. Oh wait, real quick though. Since we brought his name up, I got to shout out Gardis. I'm not gonna name all the brothers that come out, but I must say that Iswiz's family, Gardis being one of the main brothers and contributors and supporters, he comes out consistently if he can every Saturday. Gardis, shout out to Gardis and his work. He comes out and he comes out ready. Like he's like, man, let's get it. And so I really appreciate his energy on the days he come out with us on those Saturdays and serves the community and does what he does, man. And to all the brothers, like real talk, because some of them brothers don't have to do that. And I want to give a shout out to Sister Adrian. Her and her mother, they donated to us. And we was able to use that.
Oh, you did go ahead and accept that.
I did.
Good job for you.
Let me tell you why.
Shout out to you, Adrian.
Let me tell you why I accepted it. I got cussed out by the elders. Like for
Good.
real. One of the elders was a Black Panther. I gave her a ride to the train. I got a call, and I gave her a ride to the train. She tried to give me some money, and I was like, "No, ma'am." I was like, "I can't take your money, mama." And so she let me have it. She literally cussed me out. Like, first of all, I'm your elder. So
right.
you be
Don't
the
tell
fuck
me
quiet.
no.
Exactly. Yeah, you be the fuck quiet and you accept that.
If she offered you a slice of pie, you wouldn't tell her no.
Bruh,
even if you was stuffed to the max, you wouldn't be like, "Yes, ma'am." You gonna eat that pie?
Listen, man, she laid it to me, and then she said, "You're also blocking their blessings. You want the community to contribute, but you're blocking them from contributing."
Right.
The complaint is the community doesn't.
Here you are being a barrier to the very thing you're building.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And so what happened was that Sis sent that. I was able to give the brothers that they needed. I was able to put gas in their tank and in their cars. Another sister came out, Miss Anderson. She came out with food on Saturdays. We got another brother who has an organization called A Gift from Glenn. His name is Freddie Bell. This Saturday, he's making sure that we all get fed. He's ordering pizzas and stuff like that. And I also told him if he throws in a few extras, we would like to go feed the homeless afterwards. So let's make sure that everyone eats. And for those who may wonder why, because I know some people may be like, hey, why not? I want to make sure that I take care of those brothers that come out.
My goodness, man.
Like, if you don't take care of your people, they can't take care of you. The fact is that those brothers come out every Saturday free of charge. They volunteer. And when you really think about it, they volunteer to get in front of violence.
Yeah.
They've literally volunteered to get in front. As a matter of fact, it could be a setup. I don't know. But the police came by Saturday when we was at 39th, and it was a sister. And she said, hey, y'all ain't got to answer this, but I was just wondering, are y'all armed? And, we looking at her like, yeah. And she was like, look, she's like, no, if you conceal carry, that's fine. She said, I just want to say, if you're not, y'all need to be, because these motherfuckers out here crazy. But she was like, I really appreciate y'all. And then guess what she do? Contribute. So I was like, wow. She was like, I don't need you to look at me as a police officer right now. I need you to look at me as a black woman that needs protection.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, whoa. Now she a cop.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I don't need you to look at me as a police officer. I just need you to look at me as a black woman that needs protection. Here. And I was just like, oh. So we see that, and there has been a decrease in the carjackings in our communities that we've been out. There's been a serious decrease. It's still happening, but it's been a decrease. So obviously the efforts made by all parties, whether that's us, the city, or whomever, is happening and is working. So, I'm thankful to the people that supports. If they want to continue to support, because I was told that I should give that out as well, they can do the Cash App as everyone else has been doing, which is at the moment is $Q Karate.
Are you in the chat?
I am in the chat right now.
All right, so if you could in the chat type that in, but also type in however people can reach out if they want to get involved and come out and volunteer, because the Brother Shaka just asked for that. So put in the Cash App, put in however you want to be contacted if people want to join and sign up and rock with you, and then I'll pin it and leave it up there for the duration.
Awesome. We have a right now we're getting our system and everything in place. Sister Africa, who I think is still watching.
Yeah, she in here.
Sister Africa, I got to give a salute to her, because if it wasn't for, honestly, listen, Sister Africa been the glue of a lot of stuff right now.
Of like Chicago.
The men have been coming out and stepping up, but Sister Africa really is her, Sister Melanie, Sister Chrissy.
Chicago.
Listen.
Yeah, Queens of the City, man, for real.
Look. That dynamic of that masculine and feminine energy combined.
It's necessary. It's the God shit, too, always talking about. I shouldn't say the God shit, but it's the God energy that, too, always talking about.
That's right. When the warriors come out, and then the sisters, the women come and they nurture, and they not only that, they make sure they get the nutrients that they need to handle the business they need to handle. Man, you're unstoppable, and they keep you organized.
The organization, all of it. Like they don't, all the little shit that we don't think about, they own that. And I don't mean it little in terms of its value. I mean the details and shit that we would skip over. You know what I mean? The shit that we couldn't operate without, and those connections and being those. Making those phone calls that we, you know what I'm saying? It's an immense value that's absolutely necessary. This just warmed my whole soul, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. Like, this just made me feel so good to just be a part of a community that moves that way, man. And so to see, obviously to know you and how you move, and to know Sister Africa and how she moves, but also to be a member of this Iswiz family, where people like is want to get involved in shit and want to help out, and then actually follow through on that thing, and to see it kind of build and see things come to fruition in that way, man. That just warmed my whole spirit. That is exactly what we do it for. Adrian Anderson, we are showering you with love that you deserve, ma'am. Good to see you. But yeah, thanks so much for standing in that space and seeing the need and providing the necessary support to Q and all the brothers that are doing what they are doing. So thank you so much, Adrian. Thank you so much to the whole entire family. Y'all are absolutely amazing. It's an absolute honor and a pleasure to be one member of this family.
And we're keeping the nighttime patrol going. Now, guys, I'm gonna give the Cash App.
Did you put it up or no?
I'm putting it up right now.
Okay, let me know so I can pin it when you put it up.
I just put it up. However, that is the email address that you can reach us, reach everybody. That is the collective that we have at the moment. Also, the Cash App that I'm putting up, you can send. I will make sure that we all have and get those and receive those funds. And you will also, if it's okay with the fellas, I want to come on every so often and just show the people how their money that they've donated has been spent. That has been spent well. It has been spent on necessary things like gas or certain resources, and they see that if we just ain't out here frivolously.
Transparency is key. When we had the cuss fund jar and we went and dropped off the pallets of water to go down to Houston, we just got back in the car. We was like, oh shit, time out. We need to take the fucking pictures of this shit. Like, and then we sitting there like, we don't really want to take pictures, but it's like, nah, people put their money into this. They need to know that their money is going where we said it would, you know what I mean? And I hadn't even sent the picture from Robin's stuff going on there, so I sent that to her the other day. I've been meaning to send this to you for a couple weeks now, so it's important. That transparency is important, not so much one to kind of make sure you can clear your conscience above board, but also it is important to do that so that it can continue. You know what I mean? Because once the trust is gone, and once the people are like, is this really what I think? Then it's like, fuck it, I'm out. You know what I mean? So it's important to do that to kind of just keep that thing going as it should. So salute. The door's always open.
And
you know
also,
that.
there's a couple of things we're doing. You have the Bronzeville Community Patrol. You have the Community First Safe Passage Initiative. That's on Saturdays. And I'm going to soon be putting up a donation piece for the dojo. Like I said, we're actually hurting a little bit. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. But things are starting to come back up because COVID numbers, have lowered. The city is opening back up. So
and people are just tired of it.
And prayerfully, thankfully, Mythical Sky Daddy was looking out because we was
Shout
able
out
to make
Mythical
through.
Sky Daddy.
We was able to
Sky
make
Daddy.
it through COVID, baby, or make it through the first year. You know what I mean? So we was able to do that.
Most businesses don't make it through the first year.
Exactly. So
most small businesses, don't make it through
and
the
in the
first
process, bring about neighbors, community, and village. That's what that shit's about. So I appreciate everybody, and I'm thankful, and I appreciate y'all letting me come up here.
Man, our platform is yours, and the rest of the families, man. So appreciate you, brother.
Oh, when we go to the range, I just want to know that because I'm not letting that go.
Oh yeah,
I know he challenged you. I'll be a judge. I ain't gonna shoot. I'll be the judge.
I'll shoot this dude any day of the week. Any day of the week.
Oh God. Okay.
It's not even a real thing. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not even going to engage in this.
It was the eye roll that just got me, man.
I'm going to hit him with the light skin look off kick.
Light skin look off kick.
You know what I'm saying? This nigga.
Hey, Shaka say he just sent $50. Salute, Shaka, man. We appreciate the
Thank you,
community
Shaka. I
that
really
is
appreciate that.
love.
Thank you.
We do got to go to the range too because I got some freebies. We had the brother.
Oh, that's right. We had him on the show.
What's the range we went to? Q over west on Harlem.
We went to Stanmore.
Stanmore. That's his name. Of my fault. Yeah.
Shout out to my homegirl Rende, who's also his cousin, who also supplies us with the flags that we use on Saturdays.
Okay.
So shout out to her. Yep.
Yeah. So he gave us free. We can go there twice for free.
Don't tell me we can't be our own solution, man. You can't tell me that. Like, I know we up against a lot. But first of all, the help ain't coming from nowhere else. So that's number one. It ain't coming from nowhere else. It got to come from us. But I'm saying also that it could be successful if it comes from us. So, yeah, let's go over there. Let's take advantage of your invitation to come through there for the free. And then let me outshoot the shit out you.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But I agree with you on the point.
I can't wait to come in here with these. I can't wait to come in here with these targets. And so,
oh my God, whatever, man.
Just cap.
I'm not finna engage this.
You know
what? When it gets warm, I think y'all should do a couple of things. Not only just go to the range, paintball. Set up an
I'm not doing
paintball
that.
day.
I'll go.
I'll fuck him up.
Is Wiz paintball
No,
day.
you won't fuck me up.
And bring the Is Wiz family, man. I'm telling you,
you won't fuck me up. All right,
I'm
you know what?
competitive too, motherfucker.
I know.
Okay.
And then what they could do is they could type in Team Herb or Team 2, and that's your team.
All right, you know what? I wasn't gonna do it because I don't sign myself up for.
Herb up and paintball.
I don't sign myself up for.
Anything else you
I don't sign myself up for undue pain. That ain't my thing. I don't know why people are into that kind of shit.
It's fun, G.
However, I'll do it. Count me in. One day this spring, this summer, we are going to have a Is Wiz paintball outing. Team Herb versus Team 2. If you want to win, hop on my team. If you want to get the shit shot out of you, hop on his team.
I'm not qualifying win or losses based on the team. Because if they picking Team Herb, Team 2, I don't pick my team. I'm only qualifying whether or not I shoot your ass or you shoot
No, I'm going to spend the whole, however much time we got in there, I'm going to spend my whole time tracking you. I'm going to get shot so many times by everybody else on your team because I'm only tracking you.
I ain't with that team shit. I know the people.
I'm tracking you and I'm shooting you. Matter of fact, let's all get there.
We should all do.
And then once we get
actually, you could have 3 teams. You could have 3, 4. You could have different teams.
Yeah.
You ever been paintballing?
No, did you hear me? I don't sign myself up for unnecessary pain. I don't.
Never been.
No.
So it's a different thing, right? It's one when you.
I like laser tag. That shit don't hurt.
You rent your paintball gun, and then you got to play against the people who got their own paintball guns.
Oh, them pros. I ain't
right?
doing that.
They're fucking you up. There's no way you can compete. You know what I'm saying?
I got a squad.
It's like that's like going. That's like a skating competition. You got the rental skates, and they got skates with their names on them and
time I went
custom
and I was
wheels.
playing with the black people, I was whooping ass. White boys saw us like, y'all want to play us? I'm like, I can't wait to shoot some white people.
White boys
but they had all their own equipment. All their own guns. They was fucking us up.
Listen, let me say
They do this every day in the backyard.
We played last summer. We played literally every other Sunday. We played every other weekend. I can tell you right now. And before that, years ago, we played every other Saturday. We did it for like maybe I say about 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
These white boys. Let me tell you how serious some of these white boys are. And I know some brothers.
Mm-hmm.
They love warfare. They treat paintball guns like military dudes do with their ARs, and they have straight strategy. They have communication and calls.
Yeah,
so, yep, you just man. Right. Listen, that's why we love it. So I got a crew of brothers with the exact same way, and we go to work and we have a ball.
Damn, Candace.
Yeah.
Candace, I've been shot in the face with a paintball. I'll be a spectator.
It's
I don't
cold.
think
You
she
got
told me
masks
that.
now. We good.
No, she
Wear
told
the
me
face mask.
she like somebody was like just people just riding through around like shooting paintballs, shot in the face.
Yeah, that's terrible, man. Let me tell you a real story that just happened just recently, right?
Is Wiz versus May show? Why you want them people to die?
All them people is over 82.
Yeah,
They can't play, man.
Why you want them people to die?
They
Can't
all be up there with their K's and their wheelchairs.
They ain't got nobody but Ruthie.
But look, to that paintball, people riding around with the paintball axe shooting at random pedestrians, right?
That's what I'm talking about, yeah.
My man called me a couple weeks ago. It's like, man, I'm nervous. I said, what's wrong with you? He's like, man, I'm out walking the dog. Some shorties roll past, come out the window with the banger and start busting. I just responded.
Instincts take over, fam.
Instincts took over. So he said, I started blowing back.
But I got bullets.
But he didn't realize they were shooting the paintball gun.
Right.
He's letting that thing go.
Yeah.
You understand? He was like, man, I hope I ain't hit nobody.
Fuck that.
But that's some silly shit. You know what I mean?
You playing games, G.
Playing games.
You playing with your own life right now, fam. I'm upping and I'm
Playing
dumping.
with your own life. It was my intentions was I thought I was in danger. I wish I didn't have.
I'm beating that in every quarter law.
It is what it is.
And even if I don't, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Shooting no shorties back.
I don't want to shoot nobody, and I'm not shooting them by accident. I shot them on purpose.
Because they pull you. It's just like if a shorty run up on you with a toy BB gun that you can't tell is real or not, but you got the draw on them. You'd be foolish to be like that.
Unless you're the police, because it's getting real Tamir Rice-ish. Hold on, this is getting real Tamir Rice-ish.
No. Listen to what I said. If you walk up and a shorty run up on you with the BB gun, like give me that.
Okay.
And you get the draw on them.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Listen. You put any gun on me and tell me give me that.
No, I'm not talking about you just some cop that rolled up and didn't even investigate, saw some little kid. No, I'm talking about somebody trying to rob you.
Yeah.
Like the old man last night that they tried to rob on out there in Beverly.
I ain't here. What happened?
3 shorties ran up on a 69-year-old out in Beverly, 1 block away from my boy.
Had the banger.
And they, you know what I'm saying, had to try to rob him. He pulled out concealed carry shooter, laid one of them out, and the other 2, they, you know what I'm saying, they jumped inside whatever car they just jumped out of.
Moved around.
Crashed the vehicle on 87th and Vincennes. The police, you know what I'm saying, ended up catching them and apprehending them. Shorty lived. He got shot in his leg or whatever. But the fact is, though, is that he don't know if the gun or what that they had was real or not. He just know that he had to act, and he acted, and he was in the right, and that was it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm pretty sure he's like, damn, these were kids. But the fact is that he could be dead.
These are bullets, is what they are.
I hate to come off that way, but the fact is that if you put my life on the line and you make me think that way, then
but I hate to be in that position, man. I was telling you about the time I was pumping gas and the shorties pulled up and I had the bag on me. You know what I'm saying? But instead of waiting to see, I just got my car moved around.
No, I agree. I
don't want to shoot your little ass, and I want you to shoot my
at all costs.
You know
if you can avoid. But if I can't avoid it, hey man, you know,
one of us going home, and it's gonna be me, fam.
No, that's real.
If I can't avoid it, so
that's real.
Sucks, but for real.
Yeah, that's harsh, man. But it's sad that we come to that, and I think that goes back to also that kind of a rites of passage thing. You know, in a lot of ways, man, our young boys are experiencing their rites of passage training via the streets. You know what I mean? They see that as the rights or the route to manhood. You know what I mean? And that's how it's happening. But it's also reflective of where men in our community have withdrawn and are not showing up in the spaces they should be showing up in. You know what I mean? Just like I said, I was in the garage doing the fucking breaks. That's a rites of passage program.
Yeah.
So it wasn't no shit that was ordained. It wasn't sanctioned. It wasn't funded. It was my old man, some beers and some reefer, and his people.
Black men doing black men shit.
Breaks.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we gotta find ways to open up the door to that. And usually how that works is even like when you think about my house, via my son, I have relationships with the other shorties in my neighborhood.
Right.
You know what I mean? And my door is open to them via my son and via the relationships they've built with me through my son. But we don't have enough of that open door policies. You know what I mean?
No, you don't.
You know, I got shorties calling me. I told you not too long ago, but I ain't coached football in 6-7 years. You know what I mean? Shorties still be texting me like, Coach, what you think of this? You You know, I just got this to happen in school. I like this girl. I ain't coached football in 6 years.
Those things are forever, man.
Yeah, it's forever. So, you know, we need to have more of those kind of experiences. I agree.
It's necessary because we have those rites of passage in other realms of our society, right? In other realms of our walk, if you will, we have those rites of passage, and you know we need to have them in those areas too. And like, I can remember the first time I was able to walk to the store by myself. It was a store called Ross on 71st and Ridgeland, right on the corner, right on the southeast corner of 71st and Ridgeland when I was a shorty. And I used to live on 71st and Ridgeland. And the first time I got to walk to the store, come out the back, go down the alley, turn down the alley, hit the corner store. It's right there, right? But I remember the first time my mama let me like go by myself. I felt
You was like 17.
It's a couple weeks ago. I don't remember how old I was. I would venture to say, just based off where we lived at the time, I would venture to say I was probably like, I don't know, 7 or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I would say I was probably like 7. And it wasn't fucking far, right? For most of the walk, she could see me, right? Until I turned the corner and went right in the actual store. But I felt grown. It felt like a moment like, oh, I finally got to go to the store now by myself. And now I can go to the store by myself from now on. You know what I mean? But also, we have rites of passage and things that aren't really important, right? But you get them growing up in a black family. You're going to learn how to play spades, motherfucker. I can remember my uncles and the guys in my family like sitting me down and playing spades and relentlessly beating my ass in spades until I learned how to play. And I'm talking about no like handhold, no telling you like this. Oh, what you got? Play this. Here go your hand. Here's how you play the game. Play.
That was me.
And they drink and they get that shit out of here. Cut that shit up. And I'm and to the point I'm crying like I don't want to play no more. I'm trying to get up the table. And Mom, y'all let my son on the table. Nah, sit down. Right now, I'll bust damn near everybody's ass in space. Because you know what I mean?
You beat me in that. In that vein, I didn't have the authentic.
I ain't going. I'll fuck him up.
I can't play spades. I can't play beer whisk. I can't play no.
Now listen.
You take that challenge too, huh?
What?
I beat y'all ass.
Y'all don't want no smoke. Spades, dominoes, you don't.
I beat y'all ass in chess.
Never that.
I'll beat your ass.
I'll whip your ass in spades. I'll whip your ass in chess.
That's cap.
Oh, I play a game of chess. Hell, I got chess on the phone right now.
No, you could probably beat me in chess.
More than the car.
I'm real basic at chess. I know how to play, but I ain't for the front.
Spades game.
Yeah,
I know exactly who my partner is.
I will fuck you up in space.
I got two. One, it's gonna be one or two. Either it's gonna be shout out to my wife Nicole, or it's gonna be my girl Dee.
Yeah, I know who my partner gonna be too.
I'm gonna smack that ass bad.
False, G. All right.
Let's play for push-ups.
We can play for whatever you want. You don't want to have to pay. You know what I'm saying?
It sound like a date to me. Let's go.
It's done. Say less. I'm fucking you up in space, right?
This weekend,
now, all to come to the dojo and beat your ass, 100% cap. Spades, fucking you up. Okay. Now, okay, that's just period.
Sorry.
And you play dominoes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you don't want that either.
I'll kill your ass some bones.
Come on, man.
We can get it.
Come on, man.
Listen.
Come on,
we
man.
need to have an is-whiz game night.
Come on, man. We can do it.
Have an is-whiz
We can
game
do
night.
it. All right, so we're gonna play paintball. We're gonna have game nights. We can't just it can't all be community service. We gotta have some fun around this fucking family too.
Exactly. Shoot, let's have that game night.
Okay, cool. Bet it up.
$100 on my spades game
first.
Yeah, let's do we can do the paintball. But we don't get even we don't gotta wait for weather to do
right. Shit, we can
to
play
do
spades
game night.
I can whip his ass tonight.
We can set that up. We can set up the Is game night. We can do that at my crib. I ain't tripping. Everybody come to the crib. We can play spades, dominoes, Connect Four. I got Giant Connect Four. I got Giant Jenga. We can
Giant Jenga's fun.
Whatever you want to do, we can get down.
Spades, I'm with that.
All right, fucking you up. Yep. Period.
That's what the light skin comes in. I don't know nothing about that.
Oh shit, spades. Oh, listen, there's gonna be some furniture moving in that motherfucker.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
gonna be talking big shit too. Big shit.
Don't worry. It's gonna be like, damn. Then he gonna come back in here and be mad at the motherfucker.
No, I'm not. Because I'm going to win. You going to be salty, too.
As far as chess goes.
We run that yard on you firsthand, you going to be tight.
Shit.
You going to be real tight.
Shit.
You know Emerald Green?
You going to bid 4.
Emerald.
Let me get bid 4.
Like a block off Houston. Emerald do like spades tournaments damn near every Friday night pre-COVID. We used to always be over there. We ain't been over there in a year or whatever, but she going to start doing her card nights again. Plus, they just had a baby. But she going to start doing the
I want to come.
Friday night card nights. And you get your partner and come.
And
you can watch me run the table all night.
Chess club. Now, you know who a bad motherfucking chess? Daniel.
So can you beat Daniel?
I've beat Daniel once.
So I beat your ass,
kid. Martial arts Daniel?
You beat Daniel?
You talking about Daniel X?
Huh?
Martial arts
Daniel?
Daniel?
Daniel.
Oh yeah, I know he coded. I know he coded chess.
He coded chess. Yeah.
You be fucking Daniel up?
I can fuck Daniel.
You can or you have?
I have.
Okay,
I
cool.
ain't seen Daniel in years, but last time we played, I know he just won some kind of chess championship.
Yeah,
so hopefully, I mean, not hopefully, I'm sure he's got.
I'm willing to take that challenge. I want to play. We playing 5 minute, 3 minute. We playing slow chess. What we doing?
Nah, I'm commentating that. Just let me MC the game. Let me just talk shit. Like, oh, he fucking you up. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make somebody tight. You know what I'm saying? Damn, you gonna let him take your whole queen? You soft as hell out here, fam. Quit.
I am so with it. Let's do it. I am so with it, man. I'm competitive as hell. I love that shit.
I love to compete, man. I love to compete. I grew up in a house with 4 brothers. G. It's mandatory that we competed at everything. You have to compete to talk in my house.
You got
like, man, shut up. You know, be quiet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to compete at everything. It didn't matter if we was playing Madden, playing live, or whatever. We was gonna compete. Period.
Hey, man, shit, I need it.
Yeah, it's necessary, man.
37, man. So look, Q, tell us more about this BET thing, right? We want to lead the audience with something to look out for.
So tonight, if you tune in, you're gonna see, in my humble opinion, if they edited it right. And I've heard from a couple of sources that it's powerful, but that's everybody has their own opinion of what powerful is. But if they kept it right and they true to the way it was laid out, you're gonna see.
Is Salim in this episode?
Salim's supposed to be in this.
Okay.
You're gonna see Salim. You're gonna see a few brothers that's gonna be laying it out real, no sugarcoating shit. And then of course you're gonna see the same political scene. You're gonna see this. To me, it's gonna be an episode of The Wire. It's gonna be that dynamic of you got the mayor that's gonna be trying to keep everything clean and whitewashed and making sure that that no one gets offended. And then you're gonna see those who keep it real and that lets you know they don't come down here. They don't know what's happening out here, and they don't give a fuck. They don't care. There is no solutions being made. It's just the only solutions that they trying to figure out is how they can get an extra dollar. And so hopefully you'll see all of that. And I appreciate everybody tune in and watch and support. Let me know what they think. Let me know if they feel like I kept it real or not. I am a wholehearted believer in it takes a village.
Tonight on BET at what time?
Tonight at BET at 10 o'clock. It comes on at 10 o'clock Central. I am going to be doing a small watch party through Zoom. So if you want, inbox me.
Last time you had a watch party, I was beating your ass. the Mike Tyson Roy Jones fight.
Hey, real quick though, before we get off topic, Q, when we had the police contract, who was there who came up here to do the documentary?
Vice.
That's a good idea, Shannon. I need to do that.
Yeah, Vice. Shout out to Roller K. I just came across Roller K's information recently. Who's the producer of that?
So check this out. So a couple years ago, I had the Chicago police recruitment contract. Ron was still a mayor, right? And I got a call from Vice saying, they want to talk to me about some of the policing tactics in Chicago. Now, at the time, I got the contract for policing, right? I'm not going to fuck up this contract, right? So I was like, yeah, no, I don't know about it, but I got somebody you can talk to. So I pushed them on cue, right? And I was like, here's what we're going to do. We had a whole plan how we was going to shit on them, right? So I'm getting money out the police on one end, and then I'm shitting on them on the other end. You know what I'm saying? Completely shitting on them.
That's what they do to us.
That's what, right. But look, so whole time, I got this contract. I'm kind of moving within the contract quietly while pushing information to Q to say, talk about this shit, right? Talk about this shit. So we gonna expose their ass and get their money on the back end, right? So I'm in the meeting one day, and Rom calls. He's like, hey, man, I heard Vice is in town. I heard somebody on your team has been talking to the people with Vice. We don't want to have that conversation. I was like, who could that possibly be?
You don't say.
You don't say.
No.
Who is that? The audacity.
I cannot believe it. It is you.
We have to find the mole.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna launch an investigation.
It's funny too because let me just say this, man, and this is what I mean by educated. Let me just talk to the people real quick. If you're not educated in a game, like how me and you was just talking about chess, or me and her was talking about spades, shut the fuck up. And just do me that favor and just shut the fuck up.
That's great.
And the reason why I say that is because, the reason why I decided to apply and to become a police officer, and I went ahead and I took the pre-power test and I passed the written exam and I was going through it. The reason why I did it is because the elders, there's the true activists out here, you know, they're not former. They would still say that they are Panthers who are elders, you know, true Black Panthers, including some of your other elders out here. And I want to shout out to Mama Carol Adams because she's in and the only reason why I'm saying her name is because she's in the piece. They were like, we need you to become that. We know your heart and your spirit, Q, and we need good officers. Also, you can help our people from the inside. We need you to do X, Y, and Z. And they gave me my assignments. They told me what they needed, and I was like, okay, I'm here for it. Okay, there was a mission that was supposed to be done. Okay, this is going to take more than just some black and white shit. It is multi-layered, it's multi-dimensional when it comes to liberation and our movement, when it comes to organization and so on and so forth. So if you don't understand the game, shut the fuck up or ask questions privately so you can get educated and tuned in. Otherwise, be the fuck quiet and just watch and observe and see the actions, because the actions is going to tell you the tale. The actions are going to actually let you know what this person is really on. How is he moving? Not my words. Okay, so if you ain't a chess player and you not somebody that understands this game and doesn't know what's going on right here, shut the fuck up or ask me the question or ask one of us. Why would he decide to go to the department? Why would he decide to work in this capacity?
Right.
Why would he decide to do X, Y, and Z?
Right.
This is a chess game.
Right.
Okay, this is a chess game, and I hate to use that term that this is chess, not checkers. Hell, even you play a checkers master. A checkers master will fuck you up. Play a chess master. Chess master will fuck you up. Go in the dojo on the mat, and the master's gonna fuck you up, and you're gonna be sitting there thinking that you know something. You know, Roger Mayweather had a phrase that was coined. You don't know shit about boxing. Well, you don't know shit about liberation either, so shut the fuck up. You don't understand about organization or mobilization or the difference between the two. Half y'all that think that y'all organizing, y'all mobilizing. So be the fuck quiet. If you ain't studied, you ain't learned, be quiet. Just observe. So I had to get that off my chest.
I don't think I've ever seen you that tight before, bro. And so let me say this.
It bothered me because when he brought up Vice, some brothers of mine, some friends, they wanted to send me fucked up shit, and I had to be like, well, we can fight over it.
I know.
And I had to put it over there. And you know what I'm saying? That I had to let go of some people, and I had to let them know that night, like, hey, yo, well, we can handle this in a different fashion. Why don't you just ask me a question first? You know what I mean? And it's real simple. I ain't got a problem with it. Like a elder once told me, who's in the martial arts world, he said, Q, when words don't suffice, blows must follow. And so, you know, that is what it is. No, and I live by that code.
I feel you, man. Listen, I want to say, like, just don't let them get you that tight, bro. You know your reasons for going through that process. You know what you was looking to do. You understand the value of having people inside those spaces, right?
Y'all can tell I've been holding on to that shit.
Yeah, I can tell. Like I said, I've never seen you go off like quite
man,
like that.
The fuck up,
I get tired of these fools.
But outside of that part of it, though, I do sympathize with Q, right? Like in the vein that we get a lot of voices from our community who become very loud voices.
Yeah.
Right? Who have very limited
understanding,
right? And oftentimes we think the most charismatic guy is the guy to pay the most attention to. And usually the most charismatic guy is probably not the guy that should be teaching. You know what I mean? All due respect to the minister, all due respect to Malcolm, but when you start looking at the foundation and the fundamental understanding of the Nation of Islam, without Elijah Muhammad, none of that happens. Doesn't have the charisma neither of those guys had, but he built every formidable thing that the nation has to this day. You know what I mean? So we fall behind the charisma, but a lot of times, specifically in this day and age where we say we kind of like sacrifice the journey for the destination, you find a lot of these little characters with a lot of charisma and very little information. Right. So it's a lot of symbolism, but very little substance. You know, and you find yourself. Well, I find myself in rooms that are kind of fortified with these kind of guys a lot of times, and it bothers the shit out of me because they're going to run up that room and go grab a microphone. You know, and the vast majority of our community is going to, you know, hang on every word they say when they really running out the rooms to grab a microphone with very little understanding of the room they just left. You know. You know, because I talked to you privately, but I've been in several of these rooms that become national conversations. And I always tell you, like, when they run to the cameras, I run to the back steps. You know what I mean? And it's just the way I like to play the game. I don't want to be in the forefront of that shit because I don't want to be responsible for the win or the failure. You You know what I mean? You just don't know how the shit's gonna go most times.
Never be thirsty to take the credit unless you're gonna be thirsty to take the blame.
Right, but I see a lot of that, and then the problem, like I said, the problem I have with it is that you don't fully grasp the understanding. Right. So on one hand, I had a contract with the city of Chicago to do certain things for the police department, and on the other hand, I was pushing my brother to do certain things to defoul the same goddamn contract I was working on. You know what I mean? But it was a strategic move, and I know that it's putting Q in certain positions. Should it put me in certain positions to have that contract? You know what I mean? But we act out of body because we don't understand.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You usually dismantle systems from within systems, not from outside the system.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But even their pushback on joining the force, it's not even coming from an informed place, a place of understanding what the process looks like. You just yelling because you anti-police for whatever reason, right? And I am 100% anti-police for sure. But like in that vein, for me, it's just like, would Q be a good cop? Yep. But I don't believe that there have not been good cops. So I believe that there's a larger issue here than having good cops, right? I personally don't believe good cops can change the thing. And so that's why I always say there's no such thing as good cops, because once you're a cop, you inside the system, it ain't a good, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But I understand completely where you coming from on it. And for motherfuckers to be like, yo, you this and you that, like, fam, first of all, whether I do this or do that, I do more for us than you've ever thought about doing in your whole life. You know what I'm saying? So the nerve of you to come at me about any way I choose to proceed in this liberation movement is beyond me. But don't let people get you tight on that, bro.
I never thought that. And I'll say this real quick for those who may be wondering, because I've had a few people ask me, like, well, why didn't you do it? It was a concern. It was a family decision. My wife actually just felt that I would possibly lose my life, and not in the sense in these streets.
Yeah,
that's what she tells me.
You're gonna get in there on all that black
felt.
shit.
Yeah, and she was
and
like,
the blue shooter's gonna be wrapped around you, like,
you know what I mean, and and it didn't be called a suicide. So she just, I had to make that decision. And I saw the stress or the concern on her face, and I saw that that she was just like, man, even though she was even in the series as well, you could hear her saying, well, if you're gonna do it or whatever. But at home, I could see her looking like, yo, we got these babies,
right?
And I ain't got no problem. Look, I've been saluting everybody. Let me just say this before I go. I'm going to shout out Nicole Williams McDonald. My wife. She allows me to go out every night on patrol, whether I'm armed or unarmed. Generally, I'm unarmed. Generally, when I go out, I'm unarmed because, the media like to portray this. He's a vigilante type shit.
Right.
He Batman or whatever.
Right.
So generally, I'm unarmed. When we do some of the other patrols or whatever, and though I'm a licensed concealed carrier, sometimes I might be, maybe I may not, I don't know. But my point is that she allows me to go out. And I ain't gonna say allows. She honors it. Yeah. She honors it. She's like, you know what? This is what it is. This is you living in your purpose. She could easily be like, you need to be here, laying next to me right now, doing X, Y, and Z. No, she's like, hey, this is your purpose. You live in this spirit, in this vein, to go out. So she allows, without giving me any pushback. Is like, go ahead and do your mission. And so I gotta salute her for that. That's on every Saturday morning. She lets me, she's like, yo, it's all good. And every night she's like, okay, cool. And there are times where I'd be like, hey fellas, I'm not gonna make it out tonight. I need to get this time to her. But the fact that she's ever to have my back like that, I gotta salute her and shout her out. I just have to. So yeah.
You would be remiss in not doing so. Shout out to you, Queen Nicole, as Sister Africa just said.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they friends too. They go back.
That's dope. That's super dope. What, if anything, are you most looking forward to from the piece tonight?
I'm hoping that they actually capture the true essence of what's happening here in the city, and what's happening with us, those who are putting in the real work. Those that are putting in work and they not just on some cake ass shit. I'm hoping that they capture that essence and they show that realness. And I'm hoping that we can build from this, and then we can build relationships with each other, create ideas. Like what we did today was beautiful for me because I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that with my daughter, and maybe what I can do is create a program that is because we don't have too many rites of passage programs. We did. BAM was a program. Shout out to
Becoming a Man.
Yeah. Shout out to those who actually created Becoming a Man
early in it, right?
Yeah, and those elders that created it. Oh my God, I can't think of these brothers' names. But shout out to them before BAM was
Before it was
snatched
really
and
bad.
infiltrated.
Before it was commercial.
Before it was commercial. They was taking brothers, young men, to Africa. You know, they would do things here, then take them to Africa, show them the land and the stuff, teach them all this, had the rites of passage, peace, and everything, and then they got co-opted.
Right.
But, you know, but still, though, nevertheless, I worked for BAM, and I was able to connect with the youth. Even though that happened, I ended up working for them. Before I found out the truth about what happened,
Right.
I was with BAM for 5 years, worked with them, and that's how I met my wife, by the way. And so, but we need other pieces that's us. They need to see us, our faces, hear our voices, and make those connections. So that's gonna be my mission. And anybody want to help with that? Let's get to it. Let's go to work, and let's create that. Because honestly, man, we are gonna fuck around and be an endangered species. And I'm not talking about us like I'm talking about as far as endangered and not being in any conversation economically or anything else. So we need to make sure this is. And I know people use this term lightly, but I think we need to understand the seriousness of it. This is a form of warfare. And our lack of preparation, what they say, proper preparation prevents
poor performance.
Poor performances.
Why y'all throw a piss in there? Where did that
That's
even
how I
come
was
from?
taught.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was taught lack of
I guess by the time I came
proper
along,
preparation
somebody's like,
prevents
we can drop the piss. We could just say poor performance.
But yeah, no, we need to be on our proper preparation. So, you know, and this space is a solution-based space. So this is why I'm so appreciative of his ways. So thank you.
Man, the family. People's is dope. Two, anything before we get up out of here, man?
No, not really. That's it all.
Finna get back on the bike?
I don't know. I got a Zoom meeting I got to have, so I might stay up here for a little while to get this Zoom meeting.
Well, I will definitely be here hanging out behind the scenes for In the Zone with Brian Foster, and then Wednesdays with Reese and Toy. Indeed. So y'all make sure y'all hang out right here on the network with us this evening. That's starting at 7 p.m. with In the Zone with Brian Foster.
Ron Jeremy, you on Wednesday? Ain't you supposed to be a guest on that this week? Isn't that what you said last week?
Nah, I never said that.
Hey,
didn't he say Magda? You said you was gonna be on Magda show.
Yeah, I said I'd be on Magda.
Okay. I got confused.
Hey, Reese hopped on Magda show last Friday, and they had a really, really good chemistry. I'm gonna see if I can get them to maybe co-host that thing regularly, because
man, put Rod on that, man.
Reese is better than Ron.
Put Rod on that, man.
I did say put me on there.
You told who that?
He said that. He said he wanted to be on there.
Look at him. Look at his face right now.
He's sad
He said he put me on there. I'm not gonna put him on there with that energy.
Nobody gonna care about them.
Put him on that. Put him on with that energy. What I need you to do before you leave, though, make sure your Facebook is logged into that computer.
Oh nah, I already logged that out.
Make sure your Facebook is logged into that computer right there, man. So we can make sure we get that straight.
Put money on Ron in the spades game, man. I think Ron gonna smoke you.
Yeah, I got that.
I'll go get cards right now. I'll go get cards right now.
It don't matter.
Okay.
It don't matter.
All right. So anyhow, I can't believe you, Ron. That's unbelievable. You haven't found anything to beat me at yet. Not the snowball fight.
Oh, we even on that. We tied.
False.
Damn, I heard about that, bro. I'm sorry.
False.
Oh, damn, I heard about that.
False. Hey, y'all, look, I almost stole Ron Carr the other day. I almost stole his car the other day, man. Ooh, I was so close to stealing his car the other day. So
be quicker than that.
If the passenger side door wasn't open, I would have left you sitting in that parking lot for at least 15 minutes. I stole his car. It was late at night after we leave in the studio. Go around and throw the trash out. Ron hop out because he's lazy. He don't want to walk to the trash can. He throws the trash in the back of his car.
Don't tell me you had the car running.
Yeah, he hop out, leave the car running. So we pull around him, right? We pull around him. I'm like, hey, yo, too. Drive this car. I'm finna take his car, right? So I jump out. He looking around, so he think I'm trying to like wrestle with him. So he started running, which is falling right into my plan. Please run away from the door. Run away from the car. He run away from the car. I hop in the car. Then he run back to the car, and the passenger side door just happened to be open, so he was able to like dive in the car. Otherwise, I'd left you in that parking lot for at least 15 minutes.
It was a split second too. I got it.
Quick. No, your brain got to be fast. Like as soon as I saw, I was like, opportunity. Let's go. Like we on it. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood. You not.
Hey, real quick. I just noticed that Mama Howard is watching.
Always.
And there may be a few other elders. Mama Howard, I so apologize if you were listening and my language was off.
Yeah, I don't know why you talk like that.
I apologize. I was influenced by Herb.
I don't know why you speak that way.
You know,
just Herb.
Herb too.
Watch
You
your
know,
mouth,
influenced
man.
me.
So disrespectful.
Speak like that.
And they called me earlier and was like, "Hey man, make sure you cuss a lot."
So
And
disrespectful.
I thought it was okay. So
Who
I
doesn't
apologize.
even use
Mama.
that language?
You know what I'm saying? That's disrespectful. Like, who
Mama
raised
Howard.
you?
I apologize.
Kiss your mother with that
Raised
mouth?
by wolves.
Man,
Such a savage.
So sorry.
Such a savage.
I'm so sorry.
Gosh.
All those cusses.
I allowed your son to influence me in such a way.
You dropped 40 F-bombs in like 30 seconds.
47 to be exact.
The space man gonna F you up. The chess man gonna F you up. The dojo man gonna F you up.
Mythical Sky Daddy would not appreciate it.
Right.
Oh, man.
You need a hug or something.
Mythical Sky Daddy created them words.
You need therapy. It's all good, man. 2 curses way more than that every single day.
Actually,
Where's
it's
the curse job?
It's Herb. Herb is really the worst one.
Where's the curse job?
I don't even curse that much.
No, Herb is the worst one.
The curse job was a February thing. We can't afford to keep cursing like that.
Yeah, you know. Ancestors know our heart. That's what we.
we can't afford to keep doing that. But yeah, because you would have cost us $100 today. You are ridiculous, sir. Golly.
Jesus
My
Christ.
God, Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. What a sailor. Y'all get up early tomorrow, 6 a.m. for the Maze Jackson Show. Stick around for the Book of Dawn. And then
Fine, I'm going to need some of that test your work today. It's been a minute.
It has been a minute since. Hey, you know what? Time out. So I was on Clubhouse last night, right? And they're having a conversation. They start playing this game called "What is your guilty pleasure song?" Right? So everybody's going around giving their guilty pleasure song, this, that, and the third. It came to me. I was like, "Yo, it's a song by Eastside Crackhead called "Test Your Work." They're like, "Eastside Crackhead," so they trying to find it. I can't find it. I'm like, listen, I just found it on Tidal. It's there, right?
It's
Eastside.
on Tidal?
It's on Tidal, my G.
Are you
This dude,
I swear to God.
Man, that's what's up.
I swear to God, it's
he
on Tidal.
deserved that money. He gonna put it to work.
I swear to God, it's on Tidal.
He finna smoke it up,
and so all these people I was in this clubhouse room with last night, nobody had ever heard of it. I'm telling you, I said what I said. It's spreading this song faster than Eastside Crackhead could. I'm telling you, like it's a whole thing. But yeah, look at it. Look, Eastside Crackhead, Test Your Work, Fab.
On Tidal.
They wildin'.
Eastside Crackhead, Test Your Work.
We gotta interview them. We gotta find a way.
We must. They must know what we're doing for their careers.
Made them celebrities.
They must know what we're doing for their careers. They have to find out. Anyway, man, we will see y'all back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Y'all make sure Maze Jackson Show, Book of Dawn, Parenting in a Pandemic.
Parenting in a Pandemic.
Parenting in a Pandemic on the green side of things. And then I said what I said tomorrow. But tonight, In the Zone, Brian Foster, Weeko Wednesday, Reese, and Toy. We'll catch y'all tomorrow for Ron Rilla, for Toussaint Werner. Special thanks to Marquin McDonald. My name is Herb Howard. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.
WIFTBPM.
You bout that life? I'm bout that life. You ain't really bout that life. If you really bout that life, JC, spit a key. Let me test your work. Boss, you the boss? Let me test your work. Jeezy, you talking breezy? Let me test your work. Cam, you the man? Let me test your work. Dre and Snoop, like that chronic, I need something stronger. Molly cute, that's like an aspirin for my daughter. Big time, in the club with a case of Ace. And I sniff that whole table. Scarface, another court case. I'm a frequent offender. Where Wyclef was hot, I was gone to November. 6 years, hard time. Bobby was fucking up, Whitney could have been mine. We would have been so high and so in love. When Amy Winehouse died, I could have saved her. I could have smoked like half of that. She wouldn't have had to go in cardiac. Arrest, hands up under her dress. Lindsay Lohan her mess, but I still cope above her breasts. I must confess, I heard from a little birdie. Bring some crystal meth, you can get that from Fergie. Had a real nice dream, me and Charlie Sheen. Few Playboy bras, I was high in Rock Ford. Brick after brick, like Shaq at the free throw. I stayed hard, I put coke in my pee hole. You bout that life? I'm bout that life. You ain't really bout that life. If you really bout that life, 50, get with me. Let me test your work. T.I., I'm trying to get high. Let me test your work.
Birdman, I hear you, man. Let me touch your work. Brick Squad, I like it hard. Let me touch your work. I want that shit that made Britney shave her head. I want that shit made DMX say he a fed. I want that shit that had Amanda Bonds tweaking. I want that shit Lance Armstrong compete with. I'm a winner by any means. You dig?